Go viral and build a 7-figure personal brand. Who wants that? I want that. Okay, so my name is Natalia Nutting. I'm going to be your host today. I'm the founder of Unstoppable Storytellers. And today we have two amazing speakers, two dear friends of mine. Kian Wong, okay, we can see him there. He's a dear friend of mine, an incredible speaker, coach, and humanitarian. So I'm going to read this for you. Please, okay, Carol, everyone, yes, please write. Please be interactive. Stand up if you want. Play full out because this is going to be amazing. Okay, so let me just introduce Kian for you all. Kian is the founder of Star Producer Academy and the Go Viral Challenge. He is a leading authority on personal branding, high ticket sales, and video, exactly what we need, and event marketing on social media. Over the past 20 years as an entrepreneur, Kian's clients include Fortune 100 companies, as well as the biggest brands in the thought leadership space, including the likes of Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, and Robert Kiyosaki. Kian led the entire digital marketing campaign for Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within live event in London 2019, which had over 11,000 attendees. And this year, he was part of the team that helped Tony reach tens of thousands of people through his groundbreaking live virtual UPW event, which many of you know. Okay, Kian is also an Oscar contender film producer. So let's welcome, stand up, clap. I know that we can't see your faces, but just, smile. And let's introduce Kian Wong.
Thank you. I'm no Tony Robbins, but I've got one of his little wannabe battens. But welcome. Thank you so much, Natalia, for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, Stephanus, and good evening, Feb, and good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all our attendees today. Joe, Carol, Jennifer, Ramon, hello, welcome. How is everyone doing? That's lovely, Natalia. I wish I could. I'll try to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't look good if you do it, right?
No, it doesn't quite work. Laksa, bro, Josh, how you doing? Okay, welcome, everyone.
Ooh, Josh is
very
here.
excited to be here. We've got also a good buddy of mine, Ben Hedges, who'll be joining us. He's the viral master. He's got over close to 2 million subscribers on YouTube, over 500 million views. So I'm very excited to be interviewing him a little bit later on. He'll be joining us. But, we're going to be covering a lot of exciting things today. Who's up for a really kind of different masterclass? It's going to be a solid 2 hours. If hopefully you've reserved that time for us. We know this is the most precious resource that we all have, which is our time. I know COVID has helped us kind of go inside a little bit and figure out what's important in life. So we really appreciate you guys being and sharing some precious time with us. So we're going to make it play full out with you guys. So who's ready?
I love the heck yes from Ramon.
Yes.
Yes.
Tony Robbins, had the pleasure of working with him and his team the last 2-3 years. So have him here in spirit.
Yes.
So look. We are here because we want to create transformation in people's lives and our own. Yes or yes. All right. Type in yes if you're here for transformation. Brisbane, Seattle. You're here in the West Coast. Now that he's joined the 5 a.m. club. Bruce, fantastic. That is fantastic. Thank you for joining us so early in the morning. It's 8:30 here in New York City. And the sun is out, thank goodness, thank God. I mean, it's kind of a little bit rare during the winter times, but some of you are in Asia, Singapore, I believe. But look, we're going to make this a lot of fun. Who's here to have some fun? Type yes if you're here to have some fun. No? Yes? Come on, we're all here to have a bit of fun, right?
Me.
Yes, we're going to have a lot of fun with Natalia and Stephanus and Feb and Ben. So Thank you for joining us. So how can we make this more fun? Seriously. Question. I'm going to put a little question. This is going to be interactive. If you're here for transformation, right? You know that, you've all heard it. What is it? 10% of you learn and absorb 10% of what you hear, 20 to 30% of what you see, and maybe 50, 60, 70% when you hear, watch, and interact. So who is here ready to fill in my blanks? He's here to interact, right? So we're going to have
yeah.
Look, thank you, Bruce. Appreciate that. Look,
Bruce.
If you're going to spend 2 hours with us, you might as well, not just what we call playful out. Everyone says playful out. What does that mean, though? Right? Is it about jumping up and down? And look, I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm not 6'7", right? I'm 5'7" on a good day, right? And, we don't have a bunch of dancing, awesome dance troupe like he has when he built his $5 million studio. I'm just in a very humble, place here in my little home office, right? In spirit, Tony Robbins is
fantastic
here. Though. Oh, thank you. And just you can make it do with some lighting, a little lighter flip chart and some colorful lights, a little bit of a logo on a TV. Yeah, just a couple of little things can really make a little bit of depth of field. So this is not a fake virtual set. This is a real home studio.
You look like an expert.
Well, I don't know about that, but we try, right? We got a little gong, a little bit of gong, have a little bit of fun. We got prizes throughout here. Hey, a little bit of gong fun here. Oh my goodness, we try our best.
The party has begun.
Yes, it has. All right, so fill in the blanks. Thank you, Joe, for trying to laugh at our joke.
That's a weird sound for a gong, though.
Is it? Come on. Whoop. I think I just dropped Tony Robbins on the floor.
I know that. Oh, no. Tony, do not drop Tony, please.
I dropped Tony. Oh, my goodness.
Maybe you like mine better?
Sorry, Tony. Sorry.
Oh, look what Stephanus has got. He's got a similar. I think it's
who's better.
All right. Hey, look.
Oh, my goodness. Props. I need a gong.
No, you need props. Here is a little tip number one. If you're running virtual events, you've noticed how people have props. Props are fun, make it engaging, interact, stand up, have a little bit of sound and music. We're not going to get you to get up and dance. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not. If you see me dance, you will be shocked. Put it that way. Anyway, without further ado, why are you guys here? Tell us. Let's get serious. All right, come on. Let's try to get a little bit serious here. Why are you guys here? What do you want to get out of this 2 hours? Look, you saw one of our emails. You saw our website, the landing page where that got you excited to opt in. What is one or two things you want to get out of today's masterclass? Let's tailor it. Bruce says in the 70s in the US, we had a TV show called The Gong Show. If you got gonged, you had to leave. Well, we're going to have you up on the panel, maybe one of you guys or two. So that's going to be fun. Or open it up to questions. Larissa's already put her hand up to get on The Gong Show. We're going to have The Gong Show a little bit later on. Anyway, so tell us what
fantastic. Yeah, put your hand up if you want to be in the panel.
Got questions, because there's, please be interactive. Ask lots of questions. Type in some jokes, something that, if you found funny about us, or, laugh at us as well as with us. It's going to be, what the main role of Stephanus and Feb and Natalia is, besides making me look funny or try to laugh at my jokes, because, I can't hear you guys if there's limitations with Zoom sometimes, unless we invite you on the panel. But it's to check out what questions you might have or what jokes you're throwing at us, because, we want to really get some feedback. Honestly, this is really about transformation. There isn't thousands of people on this call, all right? It's a small group of people. We didn't do any advertising. We just sent it to an email list. So let's interact, guys. This is an intimate group. So tell us what you want to learn, how to go viral like you're doing right now. Fantastic. Well, Ben's going to be sharing his 5 key strategies and principles, the foundation. See, I met Ben 12 years ago. He was an intern. Right? He was editing my videos at a TV network where we were working. at a non-profit. You know, it was part of my humanitarian work that I was doing 15 years ago for about 10 years, almost pretty much full time, believe it or not. I moved from Australia down under. Who's from Australia? I don't think anyone here is from Australia. You never know. We didn't market it all to Australia, but sorry, I forgot Ramon.
I think
Oh,
there's people from Australia.
Oh, Aussies. What are we doing? Aussie. Yeah, I grew up in Australia. 30 years I was in Australia. I basically grew up in Australia, in Melbourne, Australia, a very beautiful city. Most livable city in the world, in the universe, almost. And but here I am in New York. 15 years ago, I decided to move to New York City. All right. And Joe was from, you used to be in Melbourne. You studied in Melbourne, Joe? Awesome. I didn't realize. And so 15 years ago, I was at a calling, right? And like we all do, you know, I was about 31 or something, 32. And I was like, hey, I got to do something more interesting with my life, right? You know, I was already working in startups for 5-6 years and I wanted a break. You know, it's pretty intense if you do, you know, tech startups. And so I had an opportunity to volunteer for a nonprofit. And it was all the way in the other side of the world, the Big Apple in Manhattan. And, you know, we all grow up watching movies from, you know, from New York and in the US and, you know, New York High Line and, you know, it's very Broadway and, you know, Times Square. So it's all very exciting. So I said, what the heck? Why not? I'll come for 3 months, do a bit of pro bono work. And I'm still here. Right. So that's how I fell into media. And that's where I met Ben. And I became the host and anchor producer for this nonprofit TV network, which was in many languages, including Spanish. And my fellow co-host, Natalia, was actually one of the key anchors for the Spanish team. That's where we met 10 plus years ago. And Ben was a young intern. He was studying Chinese in London and was really interested in media and nonprofit work. And he came over and he started editing my clips, my TV clips. And that's where I met him. And before you know, we discovered he had this brilliant talent, which was his Mandarin. His Chinese was 10 times better than a lot of people, including myself, who grew up in the West. I speak Cantonese, that's my excuse. But his Mandarin was so cool, Mandarin Chinese was so cool that we said, let's get him on TV and to do some, because it was a multi-language television network. And he became this sensational hit. Everyone was going, wow, what's this Westerner speaking really cool Chinese? All right, you're going to see him. We're going to show a little video clip of his TV channel that went viral. We got him on television, on YouTube, and his channel became the top 3 online YouTube channel, social media guru in Taiwan, of all places, right? He had a huge following in Taiwan. And you know, a few years ago, he decided, well, he was about to start, he started a family and there's only so much nonprofit work you can do, right? So he came out on his own, and without this, in 3 or 4 years, he's just skyrocketed his YouTube success in English. He changed his pivot from having a fan base in Chinese, Taiwanese, right? And pivoted to creating an English channel, believe it or not, with Star Wars as the main focus of his YouTube channel, credit cards, skiing channels, Generation Films. He's got all these different channels. Now it's close to 2 million subscribers, and he's a real master. Talk about, you know, the apprentice overcoming the master, so to speak. I mean, I had tens of millions of views, you know, back in my days of YouTube when we were, you know, putting out content on YouTube. But this guy is just taking it to the next level. So super excited to hear him speak as well. So he'll be joining us in about half an hour and giving us a special presentation on virality, Carol. So how do you get started with going viral? Well, you just got to get started. It takes time. You don't go viral overnight. Fair enough? I mean, who's here doing video right now? Type in yes, right? Just get started. I mean, there is a formula. There are certain things that can improve the probability of going viral, right? However, it's difficult. When we're talking about virality, what are we talking about? 100,000 or more views, okay? That's considered, you know, reasonably viral. And then you got the million views plus. And, you know, Ben has generated hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that have got over 100,000 views, right? And dozens that have gone over 1 million. So he's going to be sharing some really, really exciting tips and strategies for that, because who here has a message to share with the world? Type in yes. Who is here not just to make more money? Okay. I know we all want to build a 6 or 7 figure personal brand. We all have, certain message and a certain bit of charisma to get on camera. That's what attracted you here, because you want to learn how to get on television. I get it. We're going to be sharing some amazing tips on how you can be interviewed on television. Like, Ben has been interviewed dozens of times by the biggest channels around the world, and myself, the NBCs, you name it, the big, we're in New York and I'm part of the media world, so it's not difficult. I made a film, as Natalia said, that became an Oscar contender about 6-7 years ago. It's a documentary film. It's not a blockbuster film as such. I helped this woman attain asylum in Australia, in Melbourne, 20 years ago. And little would I know that I'd make a film about her 10 years later in New York City. And we'll share a bit more about, that, as part of the whole way to get viral and create a message that can impact millions of people. All right, who here wants to reach millions of people with their message? All right, be honest. We're here to me, Mrs. Ramon. Tell us what message this is. Share with us. Larissa, fantastic. Come on, we're here. It's 2 hours, right? I always say to everyone, look, there's only so much we can share in 2 hours. Don't worry, we're not going to get you to whip out any credit card or debit card. You're not going to be buying anything on today's webinar. Fair enough? All right, full transparency. This is our 4th or 5th masterclass. We are what we're calling optimizing our presentation skills. Hey, do you think we're going to have one-hit wonders, create the perfect webinar that we're recording this, obviously, that's going to go, evergreen and generate us millions of leads and everything? No, it doesn't happen like that. You've got to practice. You've got to put a team around yourself so you can execute flawlessly. We'll teach you importance of teamwork shortly. Importance of emceeing and edifying the speaker. Virtual events is hot. Who knows? I mean, we were behind the old Tony Robbins gig for the last couple of years, whether it's UPW in London and the recent, we had 300,000 people attend his 7-day challenge online. Incredible. And 20-odd thousand in his virtual events. We were part of 2 events, September and October. He did a UPW virtual. Really blessed to be part of that. I'm going to share some of the secrets. Who wants some of the secrets of how Tony does it? All right. And who wants some of the secrets of how Tony's able to reach the masses and pivot, because of COVID? And I remember speaking to his team, Success Resources, who's head of a lot of his marketing efforts. And, in January, I knew, I fled Manhattan. I fled New York City. I have a 2.5-year-old son and a 1-year-old and an 80-year-old mother who's with me, living with us. And, I knew COVID was going to be ugly, because I'm part of the media world and we broadcast uncensored news into China and bring out the truth out of China as well. We raise a lot of human rights awareness about the issues inside China, whether it's, censored, all the Uyghurs and Christians being persecuted and slave labor camps, the organ harvesting of the Falun Gong meditators, you name it. Tibetans being being persecuted for 40 years, 1 million, 2 million have died. My grandparents from China, all right? And I'm not here to talk about politics, but human rights is human rights. I don't care what your political bent is, it's wrong, all right? My point is, you got to put a stand, all right? Some people go, oh, you're so anti-China. Aren't you Chinese, Kian? Yes, I love China. I love the 5,000 years of history. I just don't like the Communist Party. Yes, oh yes. All right, anyway, my point is high five there, right? Thank you, Natalia. If anyone who's grown up in the communism, or we could argue today the world is a little bit, crazy as well. There's no such thing as a true democracy. Anyway, another point here. I can get into a whole topic rant about that as well. But the point is, we're here because of ultimately we want freedom, yeah? And we want to help and make an impact in not everyone's lives, right? I had a vision. I want to help free 1 billion people from dictatorship. That was a big, hairy, audacious goal, okay? That was part of my 10-year journey. And I would never would imagine that I would end up getting Tony Robbins as a client. I did his fire walk 23 years ago. Who's done Tony Robbins UPW fire walk? Type yes or heard about it, right? You walk on coals, pretty awesome experience. Did it in Sydney, and it really shifted your breakthrough awaits. Wow, Larissa, I'm a survivor of 3 near-death episodes. Grew up in the war and went thus great bumpy journey, and now dedicate myself to live and spread sustainable happiness. That is amazing. Jennifer, let's not get into politics, just my 2 cents. Thank you. Don't talk about religion, politics. Okay, we're going to talk about money. How about that? Who wants to talk about making more and making an impact? How about that? I think that's more politically correct, all right? Making more and making an impact. Yeah, fair enough. It's about people over profit, relationships over revenue. Yes or yes? Okay, because we're here really to inspire you to take massive action, because I bet you something's holding you back from living your full potential. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You would be executing and doing your thing. All right, you would already be viral. You already be generating 6 or 7 figures a year. We all have imposter syndrome. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's talk about objections. Let's talk about the fears that we have of getting on video, getting on camera. Look, I always joke, if a dorky, number crunching Asian dude, second language, even third, can do this, what is your excuse? Right? Come on. All right. I'm not 6'7", I'm 5'7" when in the morning when you grow an extra inch. All right. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too ugly. I wear glasses. Right? Come on. There is a million reasons. Okay, sure, we're not as beautiful as Natalia and handsome as Stephanus, who can pull off the rugged beard look, right? But we all have limiting beliefs, yes? For so long, I grew up in Australia, where I was one of the shortest in the class. Head down, Kian. They couldn't even pronounce my name properly.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
It's not about
Poor
money. I'm
thing.
80. Wow, I'm 80. My goodness, Carol. I'm passionate about sharing the pathway to overcome childhood trauma. Discover your magnificence. The whole world needs what I have to share. A lifetime of excruciating emotional pain from childhood trauma. And I have the keys. This is what Carol's sharing just to the panel. Is it okay to read this out, Carol? This is incredible. Let me share and copy this. And is that okay?
I think that it would be beautiful to bring Carol later to the panel. She is just incredible. She's a beautiful
soul. Wow. Oh, thank you for sharing this. You're 80. The whole world needs what I have to share. Lifetime of excruciating emotional pain from childhood trauma. And have the keys to transforming childhood trauma to discovering their unique, amazing, magnificent. Impact is my focus. I need money to promote my program. Thanks for all you're giving. Thank you so much for sharing that, Carol. It's incredible. My mother's 81 and she's just learned how to use an iPad. And you're here on Zoom. If I could get my mom on Zoom, she would be so proud of me. But I don't think that's gonna. I've got to change my limiting belief. I used to think that mom, she doesn't like technology, right? She's like into meditation and whatever. We all have limiting beliefs. We all have gifts that are unique only to us. Absolutely. And Larissa says, I need to have the right contact who gives you a chance to share my story. My book is coming up very soon. That's exciting. Life is just beginning at 80. What excuse do we have? I'm 48 and I feel like a kid. Right? Because I got a 2.5-year-old. I started very late in life having family, but I was on a mission. I had all the excuses in the world not to settle down. I am to focus on my mission. I am to this, I'm to that, blah, 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 blah. And one day, a friend of mine says, Kian, what's your excuse? All right, why are you not married and settled and all that stuff? You're getting old, buddy. And that hurt, That hurt. I am no Peter Pan by any means, right? I'm a very traditional guy. I wanted family from a very young age. I just never met the right person. But I had all these limiting beliefs about I'm getting too old. I'm doing nonprofit work. is that exciting? That's not very exciting. People, girls want, the high flying. Yeah, but that wasn't my thing, right? I was like, I'm focused. I've been there, done that. I want to focus on making an impact. But then at the one day when Charles, who's actually in the movie that I made, he said, forget about that, Kian. You just got to be open to it. Right. And, there's never a perfect time to have kids. There's never a perfect time to get married. And that, like, I think we grew up with all these, like, I got to be married by 30. And by this stage, I think I was already 40. Right. And within 6 months I was driving to Washington, D.C. Right. And on a long journey, you go deep into stuff and your friends will, give a crack at you and tell you as it is. Right? No fluff and no, oh, how's it going? Oh, still single. Oh, you're having the good fun, aren't you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. None of that. He was like, wake up, Kian. It's time to settle down. Just go have kids. All right. Wasn't quite like that. But kid you not, that changed my whole perspective. And I said, I have been, I have all these limiting beliefs, all this hurt perhaps in the past, and all this unrequited love as a kid, as a teenager, all that stuff that, we have all that emotional baggage that we have. Yeah. Who's had the heart broken? Come on. All right. Am I the only one? So, I'm telling this story because the analogy for video and getting out there is the same. It's a limiting belief. And within 6 months, I met my wife. She came to the TV network. We shared the same values. And within months, we were married. It's just like, you've just got to be open. Love saves the day. Yeah. No, seriously. You got to love what you do.
Yeah, that was very touching.
Oh, thank you. It's, I think I want to get into the matchmaking world because I think there's too many guys out there, single, broke, right? I can help them. It's like, man, wake up. All right. So other limiting beliefs. Some people think you're too old, you're this. What other limiting beliefs do you have about getting on TV and building a brand, a personal brand? Right? There's no such thing as perfect timing, right? You're over the hill. 80? No, 80 is beautiful. I think our life expectation is going to be 100 to 120 very soon. All right, we're upping up there. For women, it's already 90, I think, on average in the US, right? I think if you live, and that's the average. Guys, think about that. Guys, I think we die 6 years younger on average, 7 in the US, right? I don't know, guys, what are we doing wrong? All right. We're not chilling out enough. We're not communicating better, right, with our feelings. All right. So look, it's all this stuff, we realize I can teach you all the tactics, all the strategies about video production, how we brought in hundreds of thousands of people, right, into our videos, watching our videos, or into tens of thousands of people into the virtual events that we've run, generating 6, 7 figures, 8 figures, for clients, et cetera, over the years. But, if you want to build a brand, a personal brand, and you want to get your message out there, it starts with you overcoming your limiting beliefs. Yes or yes? We all have limiting beliefs. Natalia, can't hear you. Can't hear you. Come on. Play with me.
I mute myself not to interrupt you.
No, I want you. Don't mute. No, I don't want to be the only one talking. It's not yeah, totally, right? So we live our whole lives, waiting to be happy, waiting to be, you got to start with happiness before success. How's that for a quote of a quote, right? Isn't it so sad hearing about Tony Hsieh dying recently? Who knows Tony Hsieh? Who's heard of Zappos, the shoe company? Tony Hsieh was 46 when he died last month or earlier this month. And I met him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, really sad. Because we case studied his stuff of training. And Zappos.com, if you haven't heard of them, as a tribute to Tony, go check out his website. He sells shoes online. He built $1 billion a year business in like 8 years or something crazy. A true genius. And when I met him about 10 years ago, his company was already successful. It was bought out by Amazon. All right, no surprise, for billions. And when I met him, he was giving a speech. And here's this classic American Chinese, hardworking. This guy's not the average person. He's a genius. He's literally a genius, right? And he sold his first company at 23. He sold it to Microsoft for like $300 million. That's crazy. And didn't know what to do with his life. Thought he can become an investor, right? So helped a lot of people. Came across the concept of selling shoes online and thought, hey, there's a huge opportunity there. It's a niche that could be really served. Did you know that $2 to $3 billion are spent on mail order shoes in the US? I was like, who would have thought that you buy shoes off mail order? So he thought if $2 to $3 billion is sold, you will get 50% of that by selling it online, because you can definitely give people a better experience, right? By selling shoes online than through mail order, right? So, you know, the really sad thing is he evolved his business to all about delivering happiness, not shoes, right? And that was his mission. I was so inspired by that. But unfortunately, when the Forbes article came out last week, we discovered he was so depressed and he wasn't at all happy. He was getting into narcotics and drugs and stuff to be away from reality. Not narcotics, maybe that's the wrong word, but he was taking some type of drugs that, you know,
antidepressants.
I don't know what type of drugs, but you know, I'm not in. But he was taking some drugs that he was kind of a little bit out there, a little bit out of reality, you know. But he couldn't. You know, when I met him, he was a little bit awkward. Right? He was a typical classic genius, not a great communicator, right? But he was a classic genius, and he probably had difficulty connecting with people, and that is so sad. And I think here's our chance to help people through sharing what our gifts with the world, and truly sharing what. You know, we're all brilliant at something, and you're here because you have a message, right? So let's not bottle it up, because it obviously, you know, he couldn't connect with people, and we've got a chance, you know, and COVID really apparently made him really depressed because he was a huge networker. He was always out there meeting people nonstop, and he was trying to overcome his demons of not being able to get connection from a very young age, perhaps classic, you know, genius type of personality. So, you know, with COVID, let's overcome our beliefs of not being able to get our message out there, right? Zoom, virtual events. We're going to teach you. We've been able to impact so many lives. Even a dentist became a client of ours, and we did $250,000 helping him reach, you know, to other dental professions, teaching them what he was doing, which was helping children develop straight teeth naturally, right? So if we can help a dentist who was as shy as you can get, right, overcome their kind of fears of getting their face out. They're always wearing a mask. Think about how sad that is, 24/7. That's their day-to-day life. All right. So, you know, what are the key things you want to learn today? All right, how to go viral. In about 15 minutes, Ben will come on and we'll share a bit about that. Obviously, what else do you guys want to learn today? Okay, what are some of the things holding you back? Connection is bad, voice goes and comes and go. My apologies. Oh, I forgot to connect. Give me 1 second. I'm going to connect. Can you hear me okay, Stephanus?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Natalia?
Me too. I can hear you okay.
Okay. All right. I was worried that something's wrong with my internet. Yeah, we have moved to the country.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Let's get started, right? Because I'm sorry. Any other, you know, no, it's okay. Thank you, Larissa. So what are the key things you want some breakthrough? Now, we are going to give some amazing gifts for staying on, right? There's only, as I said, it's only so much we can share in an hour and a half, 2 hours. But who wants our internal playbook? There's like dozens of hours of training in there, you know, on video, scripting. There's like, you know, we've transcribed literally, you know, videos that have generated close to $1 billion in sales. We've transcribed word for word. We've put them into frameworks. It follows our GREAT, right? It's not rocket science. There's a particular formula.
Okay, Bruce wants it. Marie wants it. No one else?
Yeah, we're going to give it away for free. You don't even have to
okay.
You don't even have to give us an email. It's just downloadable. We'll give you the download link. Okay, so we want to give you some really good value. But, you know, traditionally, I've realized why intro masterclasses are more so about not teaching too high-level tactics, because you're going to be overwhelmed. Fair enough. But it's more so about giving you some breakthroughs, some mind shifts, right? And, sure, we're going to give you some framework so you can just, and we want to give you some more in-depth training that you can just take away and implement it if you want, go through it in your own time, right? But the most important thing that you can offer in any intro masterclass, right? Stay to the end, and we're going to give you the download link where you will actually get the transcription of not only dozens of videos that have generated close to $1 billion in sales and gone viral, but also my humble Times Square video that was 90 seconds that got me Tony Robbins as a client. Who wants to see that? And Gary Vee and Robert Kiyosaki, right? So it follows, right, this formula. Who wants to be great at video? Who wants to
I
be
want to be
awesome?
great.
Type yes.
Awesome.
Right? Because facts tell and stories
Sell.
Are you cheating this, Stephanus? Thank you. All right. And there's no better medium telling stories than through what? Than through what type of video? Thank you. Thank you for interacting. Awesome. You win. All right. We're all winners. All right. So if you want to get great at video, there is not only the element of what you say, scripts. So there's a formula. We're going to give you the GREAT formula. And there's certain principles of going. Oh, sorry. I should put this in red. It looks cooler. No, it doesn't matter. IRAL. Viral. There's a 5-step formula for going viral as well, right? So we're going to get into that. So if I can just impart with you these couple of key frameworks and get you inspired to actually go through our free training at your own pace, go through the script so you can come up with your own viral high impact video. Is that a good result? Yes or yes from today? Thank you, Jennifer. All right.
You're all unique.
Because, I've given away certain training before, but I realize a lot of people I can't really tell whether they read it or not, but it would be such a pity if you didn't take what we've spent 15, 20 years learning in terms of marketing and video. Oh, yes. So here's the problem. I forgot to bring my Yeti. Okay, sorry. There's a reason why when I walk away, it's not so great. I forgot to, this is a little tip as well. I forgot to, wasn't intentional. I use a Yeti. It's a blue Yeti.
Are you showing off now?
No, I'm not showing off. Yeah, so I'm not showing off. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's yeah, there you go. So I forgot to plug it in. And generally, when I'm away, it's it has a really good yes. And I have a lav mic. I haven't been actually using my thing, but this. Can you hear me now? Hello.
Oh, beautiful.
Is that better now, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, is that better? Yes. Come on. Now, see, this is an example of, I wish this was intentional. I just forgot to plug it in, honestly. But that's the difference. You can get a Blue Yeti for $100 and get a little pop filter. This is a pop filter, pop filter on Amazon or wherever for a few dollars. And it's just
Christmas present.
cool. Buy yourself a Christmas present. There's nothing more important than audio besides the video quality, right? Blue Yeti, pop filter, which it was part of the, it was intentional, but hey, that's cool, right? Before and after. Hey, hopefully you learned something. That's the difference. Much better quality, right? I already have a decent audio on my Surface Book, but when you add some quality audio, it makes a big difference. Sounds more professional, right? A little bit of lighting, right? The lights went out. There was a little bit of blue lighting before. Stephanos, can you turn on your blue light in the back?
And it really builds into what you were saying. It's not really what you say, but how you say it. So how you
come
sound.
across, how you sound.
Yeah.
So very much the secret sauce of what, the gurus are brilliant at is not only Do they have the fancy production? All right, that's a given. But they're brilliant at storytelling. You know, Natalia will share some of her stories with you and how we reconnected after so many years. It was through that one story. Who wants to see that one little video that caught my attention? We've been Facebook friends for, you know, obviously just because we added each other, but hadn't talked to her in years. All right. And then next thing you know, she's part of the Tony Robbins team and everything. Right. Just having, you know, it wasn't a story about a business. It was just a story that was very impactful. Okay. So yes, Natalia is the bomb
Thank you, Bruce.
storytelling. So I can't highly recommend enough the importance of developing your storytelling skills. You've noticed I've probably told quite a few stories already. And but if anything, it's really about helping you shift your mindset. Because all the tactics, all the good stuff will come, right? You got your why. You need to be on a mission, though. If there's the most important story, if you know, one of the best storytelling frameworks is the hero's journey. Have you heard of the hero's journey? Right? This is the best way to help you get on television, right? If you can really master the pitch of telling your story in 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, you'll get on TV, right? The hero's journey starts with what? Well, you need someone who goes from the ordinary to the extraordinary on a mission. And they're going to be called to adventure. So what is your adventure? How are you going to impact? You know, you need to have a huge mission if you want to go viral. That is one of the best secrets of going viral. Because if you don't have a huge mission, you are not going to persevere until you get it. Does that make sense? All right, so type in mission, because that's where it begins. What's your why? All right, are you crystal clear about your mission statement? Type in your mission statement. Anyone who's got a mission statement. All right, so what is your why? Or what's your why statement? Why do you do what you do? Anyone? Mission. Give a voice who want to do good in the world. Fantastic. It's clear for Natalia, right? Because she is a storyteller and she coaches people and entrepreneurs and giving them a voice who want to do good in the world. Very specific about who she helps, right? So anyone else? You ask how to overcome limiting beliefs, tender loving care, loving yourself, having compassion for yourself. Who beats themselves up too much? Yes or yes? Yeah, we all do, right? I live my life caught, stuck in my false beliefs, searching for a way out. By grace, I was given the keys to share the way to your magnificence. I love that, the way to your magnificence. How do we become magnificent, Carol? She's 80 years of age, survived 3 wars. How do you become we got some things to learn from Carol. Joe says, I beat myself up, but I'm a sadist, so it's good. The way to your magnificence, I will use talent and resources to help myself and others actualize their full potential. This is what it's about. We're here to help people become fully expressed, to live their full potential. That's what, ultimately, if you're a coach or a teacher or a speaker, Marie says, I help women to go from stuck to sensational by learning key daily practices. I love that. She's got a very specific, unique mechanism. So your unique idea is so critical. Most people fall short on being really refined with their messaging. Okay? So what is that unique messaging? What is the big idea, as we call it? What is a big idea? It's got to have something emotionally compelling. Could be combined with something intellectually interesting, but at the same time, it's got to have a unique mechanism. All right? You need to have something like a 5-step system that will 7 habits of what?
Highly effective
What?
people.
Correct. Fantastic. That became a $1 billion consulting company, guys, from a book. Is that incredible? Yeah. Like, big companies, Fortune 100 would hire his coaches and consultants to help their staff become more effective following these 7 habits. Who remembers the 7 habits? Right? There's also things like begin with the end in mind, etc., right? Starting first things first, synergy. All right, who remembers all that good stuff, right? So, eat and sleep, says Joe. Joe is such a cracker. He's the funniest, one of the most famous. I haven't chatted with you in ages, Joe. But Joe is one of the most famous radio hosts. Can I say that in Singapore? Full detox inside out of formula. Full detox inside out formula. Fantastic. So what are the challenges? Come on, guys. Look, we've got another solid hour and 15 minutes before we say sayonara. What are your challenges? I get a little bit of what you guys do. What are some of the challenges with your business or your coaching business now? Most of you guys are coaches, obviously. What are some of the biggest challenges? Please type. I think Ben is joining us very shortly. Let me just... Can someone give him a mushy mushy? Make sure he's on track. Okay. Who wants me to call Ben?
Carol says finding clients.
Finding clients?
Yeah, that's the challenge. Thanks, Carol, for sharing.
Oh, I think Ben's on. Speaking of Ben Hedges. Woohoo! Hello! Look at him taking off his ski jacket. He's got a new ski channel. How are you doing, my friend?
Pretty good.
Eat and sleep, finding clients, all right. So some of the challenges we're gonna address finding the right client a little bit later. But we have a very special guest here, Ben Hedges. Please welcome. Let's give it up for Ben Hedges. Let's say hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Come on. Let's give him some love. Give him some love.
Otherwise, just laughing. All right, guys. Good morning. Nice to meet everyone.
Yes. How are you?
Pretty good. 17 people on here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we've just got a small group. Yeah, we just decided just to send out an email or two. We did no advertising. So I told everyone it's a very intimate group. So let's ask lots of questions. So Ben, I already gave him a little intro about your story.
Yep.
And let's get into your presentation. Who wants to learn the art of going viral? Type yes for Ben.
On YouTube, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is specific for YouTube.
Okay, excellent. Let me just bring up some slides for you. Hey, 1 second.
Yeah, some of the techniques.
I love it. Everyone is interacting so much. You're going to have fun today, Ben.
Yeah. Okay, who wants to see a little clip? I'll play a little clip of Ben Hedges. He's awesome. Okay, who wants to see Ben speaking in Chinese? Now let's play.
Screen first.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hello， 各位观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看老外看中国。Hey guys, Credit Shifu here. This is a video about how to climb the credit card ladder.
Hi, Kian here from Star Producer Academy. Today I want to talk to you about high impact videos and how it can literally transform your business and your life. Especially if you're a mission-driven entrepreneur wanting to share your message with the world, or if you're a coach or consultant or online marketer promoting high-ticket products and services. It's the secret sauce of how I've been able to reach the masses and generate 4, 5, and even 6-figure clients. And it's how I've been able to get invited to speak at places like Google headquarters and the 25,000 per year Genius Network, where I got to present alongside the likes of Shark Tank's Damon John, Joe Polish, and the legendary Jay Abraham. And yes, you will need to still master online sales funnels and webinars, but importantly, video marketing is becoming more and more essential. Now, I'm here in Times Square, New York City, because it's actually a very special place for me. It's where I've hosted many live events in front of tens of thousands of people over the past few years.
But way before I became this award-winning Oscar contender, film producer, and unlikely YouTube star of all things, generating tens of millions of views online, I was living in this tiny, cockroach-infested, 250 square foot apartment in a neighborhood called Hell's Kitchen. So I always kind of joke, if a dorky, number-crunching dude like me can become this mini celebrity online, then so can you.
Okay, so that was just a little teaser video that we played at a Tony Robbins webinar promo thing. The first one was obviously about Ben, and the second one was actually basically the whole the video, the 90-second video that got me in front of the whole Tony Robbins team, and eventually became a client. So anyway. So let's get started with Ben's presentation. Where are we? Let's bring it up here. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let's go back a couple of slides. Okay, let me just share my screen.
Are you going to bring the funky presentation?
Yeah, why not? We can have one of those. A couple of good slides here. We got some funky slides. So this is me and Ben 11 years ago. He used to call me Uncle Wong. I'm a solid 10 to 15 years older than him, and calls me affectionately Uncle Wong. I still am 10, 15 years older than him, darn it. But anyway, we were, he was an intern, literally. We would go out, hang out as well, try to mentor him a little bit. Became super famous within like a few years of his internship. This was the program, right, Ben?
Yeah, this is 老外看中国 is a YouTube channel in Chinese, and you can see on the right that graph is some kind of name list of the top 10 online celebrities in Taiwan. I'm number 5. I actually peaked at number 3, but we couldn't find that chart, so we had to settle for number 5. But yeah, the 5th most famous by search volume, like search engine searches for my name, because our show went viral online. Yeah,
absolutely. And we're talking about 700,000 subscribers in Taiwan, which is like 10% of the population or something crazy of that demographic.
Yeah, there's only 23 million in the country, so
that was
that many in Taiwan times that by 15 to get how many it would be in the US. So
yeah. So you were getting on television left, right, and center, being interviewed everywhere. And I'm telling you guys, you want to get on television, start with social media. That's part of the secret, right? Get your craft, your messaging honed in. Perfect your 90-second story trailer just with video and social media with your cell phone first, right? And then gradually, get more production value. I want to show you the simple way to getting famous, right? Using simple production. And I could be in our 25,000 square foot studio hosting this Zoom call, but I want to keep it simple to show you how all you need is a simple microphone, $100, couple of props, and you can run $1 million events. All right, so let's continue. Then from celebrity to unknown Uber driver. So what happened there? Tell us that story.
Well, basically, I was working for, even though I was famous, I was working for a company. It was actually a non-profit. And so we weren't really monetizing to the max what we were doing, because their goal really was to broadcast uncensored news to China. So it was more about information rather than a for-profit business. So I wasn't making a huge amount of money, even though I was living quite a cool life, traveling around and stuff like this. So, but then we had kids, and, kids are expensive. So at that time, I was like, all right, I'm going to use what I've learned, and I'm going to go and start my own company. So I started my own company doing the same thing, but in the US market. But of course, you got to start from zero. Like literally, I started from zero. It's a completely different market. I couldn't really capitalize on any of my fame in Taiwan because different language. So yeah, I literally worked as an Uber driver in the evenings and did YouTube in the daytime. I also stacked shelves in a supermarket, and yeah, basically ground for a year. To
couple of years, really. If you look,
yeah, I guess a couple of years.
Let me show you the numbers. I'm a nerd, right? I said, Ben, show us the numbers, and we'll get into that shortly. So 0 millions of views. This is 100,000 view plaques, and you've got multiple of those. This is just a couple of them.
Yeah, we've got our company has 4 of them.
Yeah, and you've got tell us a bit about the channels.
Yeah, so Generation Tech. It's a Star Wars channel. That's mainly my business partner who does that now. I used to do it full time, 50% of the work, but I've moved on to being the chief financial officer and also running a couple of the other channels. But then we have Credit Shifu, which is a credit card review channel, 150,000. Sorry, so the Generation Tech's about 600,000 subscribers. Credit Shifu, 150,000 subscribers. Generation Films, it's a kind of movie review channel and making jokes about movies and stuff, particularly sci-fi. That's about 300,000 subscribers. Then the next one down, bottom left, that's the Business Shifu. That one's just started. So that's only about 11,000 subscribers. Humanity First, that's our podcast. So once you have, big YouTube channels, you can quite easily start others. So we started a podcast. That's probably close to 10,000 subscribers now. And then we got Generation Snow, which is our ski channel. Originally, we started it to get tax deductible ski trips so we could pass them off as a business expense. But actually, the channel is close to being monetized now. We're about, YouTube requires you to have 4,000 hours of watch time to be monetized, and we're at about 3,700. So literally within probably a week or two, that channel is going to be earning money as well. So yeah.
You see what's happened, right? He was a volunteer, right, for a nonprofit.
I started as a volunteer, yeah. They paid me a salary later on, but
later on. Built his, YouTube channel to 1 million subscribers there, all right? Obviously, he was just getting paid a stipend or whatever for a nonprofit, and then built another close to 1 million subscribers here on his own in the last 3 or 4 years. So you can't make money from following your passion. You can't make money from working nonprofit. I challenge you, right? You think that
just takes time.
This takes time, right? And you got to follow your passion and have something that is monetizable, right? In a way, you just wanted one of these channel 180 million views, but this one here was where it all started. Tell us this story.
Okay, yeah. So this is Generation Tech. This is our Star Wars channel. When we started it, it was never supposed to be a Star Wars channel. It was supposed to be a channel about just like sci-fi and stuff in general, right? Like fun stuff to do with science and aliens and things like that. But after the first of the new Star Wars movies came out, my business partner, he saw the movie and then he was thinking, who is Ray's father, right? Because if you've seen the movie, you'll probably know that this fact was left out, right? Who her parents are, no one really knew, right? In the first movie. And so the day afterwards, he was still thinking about this question. So he made a YouTube video asking, going through all the possibilities, right? Who it could be. Is it Han? Is it Luke? Actually turned out not to be any of those people.
Any of them.
Spoil it for you.
Twist. Oh, you just ruined it for everyone who hasn't watched it.
Come on, all those movies already out for several years. Anyway, but this video, it exploded, right? We were a channel, we had like 62 fans at that time, and it got 100,000 views in just 28 days. So it exploded. This counts as a viral video for us, okay? Because it just exploded. We were nobodies at that time. And yeah, this is kind of a concept that we're going to look at, in this course, like, basically riding off of the fame of something that's popular anyway to get a lot of views. Okay. And yeah, the strategy has worked for us. And from then that channel became a Star Wars channel because it worked. So we just kept doing it.
Yeah. It was only 7. There was the 7th video.
Yep.
And you had 62 fans. All right, guys, just think about it. You don't necessarily, need tons of subscribers already to go, hit 100,000 views. But even then, getting 100,000 views does not mean, it went viral in 42 days, it doesn't mean you're going to make a lot of money. So here's the truth of it, right? So I did the numbers, and I said, give me all your numbers for each of your channels, your number of subscribers. I want, it's kind of very small here. I'm going to just kind of, let's see how I can make this a bit more visible. Zoom in a little bit. And he started in, beginning of January. And after that one video went viral, he went from 62 subscribers to only 1,000. So guys, here's the truth about virality. You're not going to become famous overnight. All right. So he only went from 62 to 1,000 after that one video.
So that's 100,000 views. So 1% of those people subscribe.
But then, so he kept on working at it. Look at that. Each month, gradually going up. He wasn't making. Look at the left is where he's making money. The sum of revenue, column B. It took him 9 months to make a whopping $15. Who can survive on that? This is not the business model for everyone. Full disclaimer. We want to teach you the principles of creating videos that are engaging. Yes or yes. Unless you want to spend years learning how to be a YouTuber and making $15 a month, $47 a month, $71 a month the next month, etc. But look what happened after 2 years. He finally quit his job. He was working part-time, and then he started going from 200 to 240 to 440 to 700. Then in 1 month, and 1.5 years in, he bam went to $3,000 in 1 month in revenue from YouTube, right? He shared, a certain percentage of the ad revenues with Ben. With his business partner. He had a business partner, so he had to split this in two. Okay, there's no ad costs because this is all organic and it's,
that's all profit. Yeah.
All profit. 3,000, 6,000, and then it kind of like went down a little bit, and then all of a sudden, after about 2 years, he hit 10,000, 13,000, 22,000 a month, and then at that point, he was making about 7 to 10,000 each. He felt, okay, I'm comfortable, honey, I'm gonna quit my job. You're okay with that, right? And then now, after 2 years,
I just did it.
Okay, you did it. All right. He was like, oh, okay, I'm going to do it. It felt, obviously, you were making a lot more money than, goodness me, Trader Joe's, right?
Yeah.
I was dramatizing things a little bit. So he hit $1 million in cumulative revenue in 4 years. And now, this year, you're on track, even despite COVID, to hit about 800,000, right? Yep. Which is pretty amazing. After 4 years. Guys, if you follow, is this a 4-year overnight success? No, it's a 10-year story. Guys, as Tony Robbins would say, you overestimate what you can do in 1 or 2 years, and you underestimate what you can do in 10. Yes or yes? Who's realistic about success here? Come on. Very rarely do you see people go, I've just been doing this for a year or two and I've made millions of dollars. Right? You're not Elon Musk. So let's go through the 5 principles, guys, of going viral. What's the first principle?
All right, yeah. So we have this acronym VIRAL, viral. And the first one is be very, very, very persistent. Okay, the word persistent doesn't start with V, so we had to say very, very, very persistent. All right. Let's have a look at the next slide. So we've had a look at our channel, and we have 776 videos on our main channel. And we looked at the number of them that got high views. So only 30% of them got over 100,000 views.
Only, guys, only 200 videos hit over 100,000 views. That's pretty impressive.
So, that class is a successful video for us, but not really a viral video because we've got 500,000 subscribers. So only 20% of the people who are subscribed watch them, right? 13% are above 500,000 views, which counts as a very successful video because it's equal to the number of subscribers we have. But only 2.3% reach over 1 million views, which counts as a truly viral video. Okay, so what do we learn from that is that, even if you understand how to create videos that have the potential to go viral, they're never guaranteed. Otherwise, people would just be doing it all the time and having viral videos every day, right? So they're never guaranteed 100% to go viral. It's kind of like picking stocks where, you can analyze a stock and, look at the credential, the profit and loss and all this, balance sheets and stuff. But there's no 100% certainty that you're going to pick the next, Tesla or Apple or whatever. But you can know within a certain range that, you could be right. Okay. And so it's kind of the same with YouTube. When you upload a video, you think, yeah, this has all the characteristics of a video that could go viral. Let's upload it and see. And sometimes it flops and sometimes it just takes off. And we've discovered it's about 2.3% on our channel that really take off. So you could earn $100 from other videos. And then one video you upload and you earn $6,000, right, from it. So it's, you got to just be persistent. That's the key. You got to keep uploading every week. You got to upload at least one video. We upload 4 a week. And you got to keep doing it. And don't worry if the money doesn't come or the views don't come straight away. You just got to keep going. And eventually you do get that viral hit. All right. As long as you're improving your quality and everything at the same time. Let's go to the next slide. So next, I from viral. Okay. Stands for I or you. I am a storyteller. Okay. So the personal element. And it is really important. You must bring in a personal element if you want people to subscribe to you and follow you long term. Okay, so there are some channels on YouTube that they write a script and then they input that into a computer and they have a computer voice speak the lines. Okay, you might have encountered videos like that, and sometimes these videos do quite well in search. They're targeting keywords that people are searching for, like how-to videos or whatever, software tutorials or something like that. But the point is that they have no personality. People aren't going to subscribe to them and watch their videos every week. If you want to be viral, entertainment is the key, okay? To entertain people and bring in a personal element, because people connect with other humans, all right? They don't connect with robots and computers. So bringing in a personal element is super important. And once you've got that personal element, you can create a personal brand and sell stuff. People will buy stuff from you, okay? So here we've got 3 YouTubers who are pretty popular. Graham Stephan, he really brings in, he's a guy in my niche on YouTube, the finance niche. He really brings in a lot of personal branding to his channel. So if you follow him, you know that he drinks 20-cent iced coffee to save money. He hates Starbucks. He doesn't like people buying expensive avocado toast. It's too expensive. Then on the right, you've got Meet Kevin. His catchphrase is "Don't sue me, bro." He has allegedly been sued by everyone who's anyone, right? Including Grant Cardone and a few, people like that. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he says on his channel. So
desist.
It's cease and desist. Yeah, maybe it's cease and desist rather than sue, but he very proudly uploaded videos saying, "I'm being sued by Grant Cardone." Anyway, but what they do is they leverage this personal brand and people remember them. You're like, "Oh, Kevin, that's the guy who's always getting sued," or "Graham, that's the guy with the 20-cent iced coffee." And then when they sell a course on how to invest in the stock market or how to be a real estate agent or how to do YouTube, people, they click with it and they actually buy it. I mean, Kevin, I bought his course because I was interested in real estate. So after watching him and that's the thing, people might not buy it eventually. People might not buy it initially, use the wrong word there, initially. But when they watch you over and over again every week, after 1 or 2 years, gradually, they're like, "You know what? I'm going to take the plunge," and I buy it. And I watched Kevin for probably 2 years, and I eventually spent $400 on his real estate course because I'm looking at investing in real estate. And I was like, whose course shall I buy? I know. I watched Kevin quite a lot. I trust him because I like his content and I think he's trustworthy. I'm going to buy his course, And so this really works. And Kian, do you want to talk about the example of Michelle Phan?
Yeah, Michelle is another classic example. She built 8 million followers when I was, following her at that point. This is many, many years ago. And
why did you follow her? Why didn't you tell everyone why you followed her?
All right. Now, she's a makeup guru, and I was getting on TV. So I had to learn, I was just Googling, YouTubing, doing makeup, and then she popped up. And, obviously had to check out what she was getting so viral. So who's this Michelle Phan? And before you know it, I've just binge watched all her videos. No, just kidding. But a lot of them. And then I started thinking, wow, how is she doing? What's she doing with the personal branding and all that stuff? What's her business model? And I started learning about YouTube, business models and so on. This is like 12 years ago plus. But then she started another company, Ipsy. Right? Who's heard of Ipsy? IPSY? It's a subscription service where you pay her $10 a month, a company $10 a month, and you get shipped sample makeup customized to your preferences. Pretty amazing. So you fill out a huge survey, then you get all these free samples, or for $10, not quite free.
Gone up to $12 now. I just checked.
Oh, $12, a whopping $12. But she had 700,000 people take up on that subscription. Think about that. It's like $8 million a month. And that's before people would buy the full products or whatever.
And it seems that her Ipsy has now overtaken, because she doesn't upload to YouTube that much anymore. No. She was huge like 8 years ago. But it seems that this is now like overtaken her YouTube, and it's amazing. Wow. I guess.
Fantastic.
It looks like it's going real strong.
Look, for you guys, coaches and consultants, we say YouTube is a long game. Okay, it's a medium to long game. Do you really want people to be watching you a year or two before they buy anything from you? No. We'll talk about the strategies of employing the same concepts as what Ben is teaching. So someone could watch literally my 90-second video, book a call with me straight after, and spend $6,000 to $15,000 within a week of having a chat with me. Who wants to learn how to do that, right? So we'll talk about that process, as well as how to get 6-figure clients through the same funnel even. All right, moving on.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go to the next. So the R of viral. Okay. is to be relevant. R stands for relevance. All right, let's move on to the next slide. And who here knows any of these people? You might do. So Jake Paul, he's one of the biggest YouTubers at the moment. Jenna Marbles was a huge YouTuber, a bit more, popular a few years back, but she's still going. Mr. Beast as well is the fastest growing YouTuber out there at the moment. He specializes in giving away money on his channel. You may have seen his viral videos. Every video he's uploaded this year has got over 10 million views, which is crazy. And so, well, what do these people have in common? So they upload a video titled "What I Had for Breakfast." People will watch it, okay, because it's Jake Paul or because it's Mr. Beast, all right? Because, you know, it might not get as many views as their regular content, but people will still watch it because they're already a star, okay? Their name is a keyword. People are actively searching for them. Someone types in Jake Paul and they just, oh, I'll watch his most recent video. What's this about? Oh, what I had for breakfast. So if you upload a video entitled "What I Had for Breakfast," literally you'll get like 0 views, all right? Or you might get 1 view, like from your mom or something, right? But basically, you need to target things that people are actually searching for. Okay, let's go to the next slide. I think I've got another slide in this one. Okay, so yeah, you need to make videos on topics of things that people are actually searching for and leverage the fame of other things in order to get views yourself. Okay, if you try to just upload funny videos, yeah, you could have a success if your quality is very, very high, but it's rarer. It's much, much quicker, much easier to use things that people are interested in and make videos about those things. So we've already given you the example of Who's Ray's Father with the Star Wars video, our first viral video, okay? Take a look at this second one. This is on my credit card channel, Chase Sapphire Reserve, How to Get Approved. So back in 2016, there was this really popular new credit card that launched in the US market, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. A lot of people wanted to get it. It was giving out 100,000 points as a sign-up bonus. It's basically worth $1,500 in free money, just giving you for signing up for it. So it was super desirable. Only thing is you had to have quite a high income and quite a good credit score to be able to get it, right? So a lot of people were searching like, what are the requirements, how to get it? What if they refuse me? Can I call up and get reconsidered and stuff like that? So I made this video, and this video instantly started getting a lot of views because this was a topic that people were really searching for, okay? Chase Sapphire Reserve. So you can see it with both Star Wars and with Sapphire Reserve and with countless other videos we've made. If you look at trends, whether that's, you know, searching through YouTube or looking through websites like Google Trends to find out what people are searching for, and you specifically target those topics, you have a much higher chance of getting views. And then if your quality of your video is good, people will probably subscribe and they'll keep watching your channel, all right? And then you can sell stuff to them later on, all right? All right, let's have a look at the next slide. So the A in the viral acronym is to analyze, all right? And good YouTubers always analyze their successes and failures. Let's look at the next slide. So in this, we'll just talk about one aspect, and that is analyzing clickable thumbnails, okay? Awesome thumbnails. So if you don't know, the thumbnail is the little picture that shows up when you're looking for videos on YouTube, for example, like this picture here. Now, this was our first 1 million view video. It was called The Real Size of Star Wars Ships, okay? And we found quite a successful thumbnail strategy was bringing fantasy into reality. So we take a spaceship from Star Wars and we put it over the Manhattan skyline, all right? So those of you who are from the US, you probably recognize that that's Lower Manhattan. And you see just how massive this ship is, right? It's the same length as the entire Manhattan. And this was our first 1 million view video. This went super viral. This was one of my ones. You can see now 2.2 million views, still gets views. And so what we did was we analyzed, all right? We analyzed why it was successful. And let's go to the next slide.
Dun, dun, dun.
We repeated. Okay, so The Real Size of Star Wars Ships Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. We ran out of ships and we did Star Wars ground vehicles. How big are they? Okay. Again, every thumbnail you'll notice we're bringing fantasy into reality, showing these ships next to planes, aircraft carriers, trucks, you know. And then when you run out of ideas with Star Wars, we've basically done every ship. What do? Okay, next slide.
Dun, dun.
Well,
dun.
you remix and repeat. So we changed it to Star Trek and Real Size of Star Trek Ships, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, biggest ships in Star Trek, etc. And this series, Real Size, which we're called the Real Size series, it garnered about 10 million views in total, okay, and over about 12 videos, and this was over maybe 3 or 4 months, okay, and so our CPM is about $5 per 1,000 views. So if you do the math, that's about $50,000 that this series brought in over a few months. And this wasn't the only thing we were doing at that time. We were uploading other videos in between, because we upload about four videos a week. They weren't all part of this series. But yeah, just this series alone, over about 3 or 4 months, brought in $50,000 for our company. So it was very successful. All right, let's move on, I think, to the last thing. And the last letter of the VIRAL viral acronym is L, which stands for laugh and cry. Now, originally, this was just going to be laugh. But actually, we want to talk about other emotions as well, because the idea is playing off of emotions, right? Not just humor. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Because you don't need to be a comedian, all right?
Wait. Who's this?
You skip past it. Okay. You don't need to be a comedian. You can be, but you don't have to be, because there are a lot of different emotions that you can play off of in order to get views on YouTube. So in addition to making videos about things people are actually searching for, in order for people to really relate to your videos, to move their heart, or, you know, to really kind of hit them deep, you need to leverage emotion. And we talk about these 6 universal emotions. Okay. Actually, there's a few more, but you can kind of sum them up into 6.
We need to update this slide because Ben has done his versions of humor or joy.
True, yeah,
Ben,
yeah.
we're gonna dig it up and we're gonna update this. It's hilarious. Ben has done his version of this model here, so it's far superior. Kind of a few more emotions to elicit, right?
Yeah, I put 7, but the thing is, some can kind of be lumped into others. So, but yeah, 6 or 7. So we've got humor, anger, awe, joy, because awe and inspiration are very similar, actually. So it could, you know, awe, joy, sadness, and inspiration. All right. So anyway, those are some ideas. These 6 emotions, or 7 emotions. I added one more, I think, was disgust. Okay, when you're like, you know, and that was another one. But yeah, you need to play off of these emotions, and let's give you a case study of that in our next slide. So this is Mr. Beast's video, I Opened a Free Bank. If you don't know, like I mentioned, Mr. Beast, he's famous for giving away money in his YouTube videos. He really understands the business growth phase. He basically didn't take any money from his business for the first like 3 years. He just gave it away. He used it all to create videos giving away money, and went super viral doing it. So you can see he's got this video, I Opened a Free Bank. The top left photo, you can see he's just sort of hanging out with people, having a laugh. So this video, it combines humor, joy, sadness, and I guess inspiration, a lot of different emotions. All right. So the first photo we see is just humor. He's giving away money. It's super funny, right? But the second photo, the lower down one of the lady and the husband, that's actually pretty serious. They came into this free bank, and they told their story that the husband had had a heart attack a few weeks before, and he couldn't work now because he was recovering. And you can see in the subtitles, she's saying, we've been trying to make ends meet, etc. All right, because they've got medical bills and he's unable to work and stuff. And Mr. Beast just gave them like $10,000 or something. I forget how much it was, but look, I mean, the lady's shedding a tear. Mr. Beast was even shedding a tear on camera as well. It's super moving. And I think it's things like that that makes people want to share the video with their friends. You know, they see it and they're like, oh man, I'm going to send this out. Guys, you got to see this video. And so, you know, that emotion is really what sets apart truly brilliant viral videos from just sort of average viral videos that are a bit funny, you know, ha ha ha. But, you know, that's deep emotion, guys, you know, so it's really emotion that kind of, yeah, if you can make people laugh, make people cry, make people feel inspired, that's really what is going to make you go viral.
Fantastic. And then on that note, thank you, Ben. Look, let's give it up for Ben. Look, guys, I think the biggest lesson from this is really understanding emotions. How powerful, you know, that is the goal. You got to be telling stories. You got to get people to go through this change of not just intellectual stimulation. It's emotional. Change their physiology. Change their state, as Tony would say. Because that is the beginning of getting people to take action. So if you want to go viral, which requires people to like you, share your stuff, comment on your stuff, you've got to engage with them emotionally. Have fun, create drama, and share your message. All right? So thank you, Ben. Look, guys, you can get a whole lot more. Ben will explain how he's got tons of training as well. You get access to. But Ben, thank you very much. I know you got to run. You got a million YouTube videos to produce and shoot. Hopefully you found that. Was that good value on the principles of virality? Hopefully it inspired you to get started. How do you go viral? Someone asked. You're going to get started. Just start shooting videos. They're going to be not the best production in the world, but you just got to get started. They're going to be horrible. Let's be honest. All right? They're not going to be like Ben's stuff, but you got to get started. Right?
Yeah, and actually, if you are afraid of getting started, like go to any big YouTuber's channel, for example, Mr. Beast, and go and order their videos from oldest and watch their first video, and you'll see it's very unprofessional. Yep. So don't be afraid to start from, a very amateur level, but you'll get there.
Gotta get there. All right. Thank you, Ben.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks, Kian. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
So a lot of you go, well, YouTube is cool and everything, but isn't it a youngster's game? And I say, yes, to a degree. Those living at home and, don't have to worry about expenses and just make YouTube videos while mom and dad cook for them. It's all good. In fact, a lot of them started off like that. All what Ben had to do was work at Uber, work at Trader Joe's. Is that your place, Joe? Another Trader Joe's. It's very famous in the US. It's like Safeway for you Aussies. Anyway. So, is there a faster way? Who wants to know a faster way to getting high-ticket clients? A lot of you say, oh, I need to get more clients. I need to get better clients. Yeah? Who wants to learn how to take these principles? Is there a faster way, says Jennifer. Yes, there is. All right, we're going to share this in the next... Show us the way, you say. Okay, why not? You twist my arm. Okay, so you saw the 90-second video. All right? And it comes down to maybe you just need one really good high impact video. Right? Or maybe not. Right? Now, you've heard of Kickstarter videos, haven't you? Who's heard of Kickstarter? Kickstarter, it's a crowdsourcing site where people literally raise millions of dollars for their incomplete product. And I always say you should sell before you create your product fully. A big mistake is everyone's spending all this time creating, and they don't know whether anyone's going to consume whatever they're going to create. It's a different business model from YouTube for most of you coaches and consultants. Yes, I say yes, do your YouTube channel over time. It's something that you gradually will build organic followers, organic leads, etc. But it's a slow boil. All right? It's a slow burn. But if you want to go highway, who wants to go fast or fast, as they say in Australia or the UK? Who wants to speed up the scaling process because you're sick and tired of sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring? We all are.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yes. You want your email to go ding, ding, appointment. We were getting, $10 appointments. Who would like to get someone to book a call with you for just $10? We were selling minimum $6,000 plus programs at the time before we, started doing just agency work. Anyway, with, big clients that I mentioned. But this video started it all for me. And I shot it in Times Square, New York City. It was with my wife. It's her on the screen there. It was with Cece's cell phone. Was this one here? She's got the other version. She's got the same one, but different color. Samsung. This is a Samsung phone. Nothing fancy. And with a DSLR. Wasn't that expensive a camera. It wasn't like a red camera. Low production. What I would call low production. Yes, we had a lav mic, Joe, because we were in the middle of Times Square, and it would have sounded horrible if you use the audio from your cell phone. Okay, so we did have a lav mic. And, the cool thing about finding cool places to shoot is that you've got $1 million studio set up in the middle of Times Square. $1 billion. I don't know how much money it costs to set up Times Square the way it is. And I did invite these superheroes to jump in on my video. They just turned up. And they said, pay me $5 and I'll get in your video. That was cheap. Actors, right? That was really good, Times Square. But I had a story to it, right? Because I segued into my story of, you know, quote unquote becoming famous in Times Square doing the hosting of a cooking competition like Iron Chef, right? So that was a lot of fun back many years ago. So it's the high impact video funnel that I want to impress upon you, right? This one video led people to a series of other short videos. I didn't need to produce hundreds of videos like, you know, Ben. I just needed a handful. And one of them was this trailer video. People didn't know who I was. I wasn't doing tons and tons and tons and tons of videos beforehand to get people to know, like, and trust me. I did one video because I had a powerful message to share. I was demonstrating in my video what I was good at, which was producing videos, telling stories, or whatever, right? And I had enough social proof to get people to click. And it was, I think there were, I don't know how many people. Let me stop sharing. Let me find out how many. It went reasonably, not super viral by any means. Let me see. See if I can find the original video here. Let me just share it 1 second. Give me 1 second. There's nothing like... Whoops. Today I want to talk to you. Okay, here we go.
Have 2 seconds.
Sorry? I've got 2 seconds?
You can have 2 seconds, yeah.
Oh, thank you. How about 5 seconds? Okay, here we go. I'll share my screen. All right, so if you want to actually see the original, it's tinyurl.com/90-second ad. I'll post this in, let me see if I can post this inside, or one of you guys can do it for me.
Post it because I always do it wrong and you always tell me off.
Here you go. Here's my original ad. There you go. And here it is. Struggling to get high ticket clients. Who here wants to get high ticket clients? Who here is struggling to get high ticket clients? So I spoke to the pain, grabbed their attention.
Hi, Kian here from Star Producer Academy.
There's this Asian dude in the middle of Times Square. Well, they didn't know it was Times Square.
Today I want to talk to you about high
Then they kind of might have guessed it.
impact videos and how it can literally transform your business and your life. Especially
Now, I discovered looking at the statistics
if you're
that my click-through rates are much higher in Asia. Fair enough. I'm an Asian fella in the middle of New York, Times Square. There's a little bit more of a unicorn than, you know, anyone living in New York, because anyone can be in Times Square, right?
mission-driven entrepreneur wanting
Spoke to my ideal audience. Yeah. I spoke to my ideal audience, so should you.
to share your message with the world, or if you're
I only had 175,000 views. Not super viral. I mean, if you click on it, I think it still opens up. But we had like 700 comments. It's decent, right? So,
a coach or consultant or online marketer
speaking to my ideal client, coach, consultant,
promoting high-ticket
wanting to work with mission-driven entrepreneurs. I don't want to work with every single coach or consultant. If they identified with mission-driven, that's the first 10, 20 seconds I was drawing in those type of people.
products and services. It's the secret sauce of how I've been able to reach the masses and generate
Talking about the secret sauce, I was demonstrating how I was on camera, on television, generating 4, 5, 6-figure clients because of high-impact videos. I'm not going to play the whole thing. You can watch it at your own leisure, but we transcribed it. And as I said, if you wait till the very end, we'll give you the full transcript, etc., etc., etc. All right? So, but where we took people to was a particular funnel. I want to get into that in a second. But with this one video, well produced, obviously, I was able to get the founders of Success Resources reach out. Patrick Liu reached out privately on Facebook. They didn't book a call. Others booked calls, became clients. But, you know, I had this person who's a legend in the industry. Those of you who know Success Resources know what I'm talking about. And, you know, they became a multiple 6-figure client. They asked me to speak at Gary Vee's event. We did $100,000 in one 90-minute presentation in London, selling our coaching program, our workshop, sorry. Workshops are the way to go, guys. Because in a workshop, you can demonstrate your credibility and your knowledge And now you can do it online without having people to fly over, book hotels or whatever. Okay? You're not a guru where you can just do a 60-minute webinar and people are going to fall all over themselves spending money with you. Make sense? Okay? It's a big myth. So this got me in the door with the Gary Vee event. I did the videos. She said, Veronica thought it was amazing. One of the founders of Success Resources. Can you sell out the tickets for us? We sold out 2,000 tickets, led to the Robert Kiyosaki event, etc., etc., etc. And then Tony Robbins a year later. So here's the secret of taking viral principles and applying it to creating scripts for video. Who wants to learn how to do that? I mentioned about it, so here it is. You want to grab their attention in the first 3 to 7 seconds. What words? What visuals? Right? Can everyone see my screen, or there's some problems? Some people having some problems. As I said, there's not a huge amount of people here, so we want to make sure that you're all getting a good experience. So, can you see my screen okay, Natalia, Stephanus? Yes, screen okay. Okay, good. So grab attention, 3 to 7 seconds. There's many different ways to do that. You can think of words that will really attract, what are the people's pain points. I was in the middle of Times Square, so visually, you could be outside with some landscape. You can walking and talking. Some people are in the gym, whatever, right? You can do some production and editing glitches and things, some music as well to grab people's attention. You can just flash up, some words, do something a little bit silly with props. I'm here in my garage with my Lamborghini. But you know what I like better than Lamborghinis? Pivot is books. And he has a bunch of books inside his garage. Who did that? Who remembers the guy who created a viral video using his cell phone and it generated hundreds of millions of views? Tai Lopez. Absolutely. Right? Very clever. We break down that script and it follows the GREAT. Relate to people's pains. Be empathetic. Be compassionate. It's not about digging into the pain and making them feel it really painful. It's not about that, right? It's not just about really relating to their pain. But it's also about painting the paradise. Painting what people aspire to. And then get them excited about your unique mechanism. Educate them, right? Be amusing. Entertain. Don't forget to entertain as well. Don't forget to develop some credibility, right? You need to edify yourself. I know we hate blowing our own trumpets, but either other people do it or you can allude to some of the achievements in the right way. Not immediate. Doesn't have to be immediate. Then there needs to be some sort of call to action. The T is the last thing, but it's really something you need to pepper throughout the video. Testimonial, social proof, but often people put a little reel at the end. Right, so those are the key 5 principles. We got a lot more depth, obviously, in the manual, the playbook that I'm going to give you guys at the end of this presentation. Dozens and dozens of case studies and go deep into each of the GREAT, both from a script point of view, storytelling point of view. How do you tell the right sort of stories? How do you create the situation, conflict, and the lesson, etc.? How do you talk naturally on camera? How do you talk with impact, with passion, with being at the same time a little bit extemporaneous and ad-lib a little bit, right? I wasn't following the script perfectly for the Times Square video. I didn't shoot it in one take either. Okay, I was breaking up into multiple shoots. Couple of sentences here. Okay, boys, let's move to this angle. All right, a little bit of a pattern interrupt. Oh, he's behind another billboard. Oh, there's Phantom of the Opera behind him. Or something. Oh, there's a bunch of superheroes. What's that happening? What's going on? All right, constantly. If you notice one thing, go watch the most viral music videos. All right. Who's heard of? I was watching a documentary on Netflix the other day. Blackpink, this Korean pop band that's transcended cultures and you name it. They've become famous all around the world, singing Korean pop. Okay, and if you watch their music videos, every 2 seconds they've got a new dress on, a new set. It's like mind blowing how much production effort to keep you hooked constantly, right? Movement. Absolutely, Joe. So don't forget that. If you want to create one, look, you're the star of your business, yes? Who here really feels that they are an expert at something? And if you're not, then you can become an affiliate marketer still, or you can gradually become an expert, or you can become a YouTuber. And within a year or two, you're perceived as an expert. Do you think, Ben was this expert credit card master when he first started? He was just curious about learning more about credit cards and started sharing every couple of days, twice a week, his videos. And then within a year or two, he's positioned as a master of credit cards. Credit Shifu, right? That is one shortcut, guys, from becoming a 10 to 20 year expert. Does that make sense? I mean, a lot of people, expert, I haven't spent 10 years, I have 10,000 hours or whatever. But you can shortcut that with video. Video gives you the star effect, yeah? So, but how do you accelerate this whole process? And there are certain psychological triggers that will help you do that. And we'll explain the 7-hour rule very shortly. Hey, I'm going to tease you a little bit more. Stick to the end. It's 37-page internal playbook with dozens of videos, case studies, a lot of training there. Organic versus paid. How about both, right? Look, when we taught this to some of our clients, like David Chanel, you can go to his website. It's the video that we helped him produce, coached him on it. And to this day, he's kept it there, 3 minutes. The average trailer is how long? Have a guess. A movie trailer. Movie trailer, you know how much money they spend on movie trailers to promote the film? It's make or break it, right? Movie trailers. You need your trailer. You need a Kickstarter video to kickstart you. Yeah? Yes or yes? The average length of a trailer is, Joe says, 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 43 seconds, plus or minus. Okay? 90 seconds are the short trailers on average. Got it? So they come up with a couple of different variations. Generally, you've seen more than one Star Wars trailer for each year, right? Well, whenever they release a new episode. With this trailer and a few selfie videos that we got him to shoot, he got recruited on Hot Market HGTV. Now he's a super famous. He's on television. As I said, guys, start with social media. Start with good production with a few videos, and the rest needs to be content. A lot of content, authentic, cell phone, raw. Share your story. Tell people that you were single for many, many years like I was until I met the love of my life. All right? But there's a point to it. I'm not going to just tell you for the sake of telling you. Break through your beliefs. Ikram, was a complete newbie with video. And then when he applied certain, just the GREAT, $1,000 ad budget, 24,000 revenue in his first workshop. He was selling high ticket. 2,000 ringgit is a lot of money for Malaysia for a workshop, right? So what is that model to build the 6 to 7 figure coaching consulting model? Who wants to know the truth about this? Right? You've seen this before, guys. Everyone go, oh, you need to charge, it's $2,000, $5,000. Look, you need 2 clients a month. You hit 10,000 a month. Look, you only need 4 clients a month. You only need 10 clients a month to make $1 million if you charge $8,000 a month, $8,000 per client. Who here can easily and effortlessly do this? Not many people. You wouldn't be here otherwise, right? So what's now all the gurus will say, all you need to do is run some ads, do a webinar, and then the webinar can be short or medium to long, depending on what you're doing. If you're selling services, don't make it too long, because when you are selling services to people who've got money but no time, that's why they're going to hire you, yeah? Make sense? They got money but no time. Do you want them to sit through a 60-minute webinar? Right? They generally don't. Right? It might be their staff members. If they're from a big company, they might go through a lot of your webinars and then they might hire you that way. But for the average client, let's say, who's just a micro, just an individual, a small business, whatever, if they've got money but not at time, you don't need a 60-minute webinar. It might be just a micro webinar, 14 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a TED Talk length. There's a reason why all the intellectuals of the world, right, they want just enough info to know that you are worth having a chat with. Make sense? So, thank you, Joe. Great point, right? A lot of people make that mistake. They think, oh, I'm going to sit through a 60. No. And then there's others, right, who have got more time and they don't have a lot of money, as much money. They're willing to sit through the 60 to 90-minute webinar. Right, then you might get them to a phone appointment, and then it could be a sales page to sell something. That's the traditional model. We kind of flipped it on its side a little bit because who we were targeting were high ticket. We really wanted people who had a lot of expertise and quite a bit of money, because when we launched Star Produce Academy after 10 plus years of volunteer work and nonprofit work, this is what I did. Let me show you if I can exit out of this. Here we are. The ad went to this funnel, which is not working. Don't try to opt in and see what happens. It's like, this is an old funnel. But this is the video that when people clicked on the Facebook ad, they went onto something very similar to this, right? So messaging, guys. If you're not getting the right client, a lot of you say, oh, I'm not getting the right client, I'm not getting lots of clients, I'm not getting high-ticket clients. I get that. Are you targeting really clearly in the messaging, in the short bit of messaging, your ideal client? I said, I've already told people, are you mission-driven? Blah, blah, blah. Especially if you're a mission-driven entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. And as in the video, the trailer video. And then here, I'm saying, are you a multiple, I italicized it. 6-figure coach, consultant, broker, looking to take your business to 7 figures. I changed this to make it relevant to it this year. This was a few years ago. The key is high-impact video marketing and personal branding. Ooh, what's this about? And before I get them to click on anything, I say, yes, I am making over $200,000 per year. US. I want to scale to the next level. But look at the video.
So what's the
Is this a invitation to watch a webinar? Have a look.
secret to attracting high-ticket dream clients?
Hi everybody, I'm Forbes Riley. Now I know you've seen me late night television endorsing amazing people like Jack LaLanne and Montel Williams and some phenomenal products. But every once in a while, I bump into somebody extraordinary. And that just happened in Las Vegas. His name is Kian, and you know him from Star Producer Academy. I'll tell you what, when you get a chance to work with Kian and talk, his mind is very fast. He sees things in people, how to take your brand to the next level. If you get a chance, he does a one-day or a strategy session where it's just kind of a one-on-one. He has opened my mind to possibilities and working together with him. Oh my gosh. You know, the funny thing is, when you look at him, and I don't think he's listening to this, he sounds so amazing. I love that Australian accent. But it's more than that. It is the depth of his knowledge. He's been around the block, and he's got a passion for mission-driven entrepreneurs, and we share that. Sure, we can all do things for the money, but when you do something that matters, and maybe you're stuck, you're like, I don't know how to get to the next level, he is the man that you need to look at, and I wouldn't wait. And he's got very limited time. You want to get a strategy call with him as soon as possible. I think it's free. The information is below. Please take advantage of this opportunity, because he, like I, have one mission, one passion for you guys, is to take your life, your business, and your dream to the very next level. Thank you.
Imagine having someone like Forbes Riley endorsing you. How would that transform your business? Did I pay her to do this? Did she pay me to do this? Do you want to know how I got this testimonial?
Yeah.
I met her at a Las Vegas. What happens in Las Vegas stays in Vegas? No, I'm kidding. In a Las Vegas internet marketing conference. You know what I did? I said, Forbes. I saw her from afar. There was a couple of thousand people there. At the back of the room, she was there mingling with some folks. I don't think I've shared this story in quite a while. So who wants to know how I got this testimonial? Within 3 days of meeting her. 3 days.
I want to know. I don't know the story.
You don't know the story, right? Okay. Who wants to know? Okay.
I haven't shared it.
I haven't shared the story. So I saw her from afar. I knew she was. She's famous. You know, she's like anyone who's watched US television over the years, late night TV. She's worked with Jack LaLanne, who the juice guy. He's like 80 something years and he's selling his juices. He's like, because I'm juicing every day, I'm as healthy as an ox. You know, he's like, oh my goodness. So she sold like $1 billion of that stuff, just that one product, or $500 million or something crazy. And so I saw her there. I said, oh my goodness, starstruck. So she's with just a couple of people. So I just head on over. I don't barge in, right? I'm just listening in. It's like the room is dark. You know, someone's on stage speaking. I'm just like coming over and just listening. And I'm just like, you know, this is like listening and other people are interacting a little bit. And then she turns around and she says, "Oh, hi." And she says, "Hello." She says, "What do you do?" All right. She says, "Oh, I see." And then oh gosh, I got to do my little pitch here. I don't know what to say, right? Because like I'm a little bit starstruck. And says, "Oh, I kind of do what you do, but I'm not as famous." And that got her to laugh a little bit, right? And you know, I kind of do what you do, right? So what am I doing there? I'm edifying her, all right? So she's, but not as famous. Self-deprecating humor works, guys. So build rapport. Build rapport. I had to really think on my feet. And then she said, "Oh, really? What's this?" And then she's like, interested, right? This is, well, I said, actually, I'm a TV host, you know, anchor, producer, blah, 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 the Chinese multi-language TV network, blah, blah, blah. And so we started hitting, and she's oh, fascinated. She was fascinated with our mission, right? Mission, guys. People don't care what you do. They care why you do what you do. Right? Simon Sinek, TED Talk. Start with why. Start with why. Start with why. Right? And then I knew there was an opportunity to really build a relationship with her. She was just day one of this internet conference. And so I decided, you know, just nothing. I wasn't here to sell or anything. I just wanted to connect to her, really. I just want to get to know her. I was like starstruck. And then, sure enough, the next day I saw her and she was with her daughter. And then she was thumbing. I came up, "Hey, Forbes." By then we were like, "Hey," you know, like first name basis. "How you doing?" And I was just chatting. And then I started to focus. Wasn't completely deliberate because her daughter was like, "My goodness, you're at an internet marketing conference?" And she's like 15. I started chatting with her a lot. It was just genuine interest. And then just building another, you know, showing I'm not just here to connect with Forbes. And, you know, I was just interested. So I was chatting. That was that. And then the third time, we're getting near the end of the conference. So I've got to connect with her. I've got to have a meeting with her somehow. Just like, how am I going to do this, right? So here's a tip. When you're at an event, how do you connect with people and network well? Any tips? What's the secret of networking? Anyone? It wasn't what I was going to teach, but this is actually a very, very important part of relationship building. Relationships over revenue. What's the secret of offer help? Adding value. So, correct, right? Hotel room keys? No, none of that. So, here's the thing. I don't know what you're saying, Joe. I don't know what you do at Vegas events. I wasn't happily married. I wasn't even married at the time. No, I was. This is about 3 years ago. I was already married by then. Thank you very much. So, the point is, I was speaking to another gentleman who was a YouTube, you know, god. He was amazing. And a young fella, and I thought, oh, let me introduce him to Forbes. Hey, Forbes, do you know so-and-so? I forgot his name. How embarrassing. Who's that guy? Is that young guy from UK? You know, the name will come to me later. And I said, look, you got to meet so-and-so, right? Oh, have you met? And I went up to that guy. I said, do you know Forbes Riley? I says, no. Oh, you're going to meet her. Because one's offline television, and the other guy was online. So I said, let's catch up. And then we're all excited. We're all going to catch up for breakfast on the final day. And then, what's his name? Pulled out last minute. He couldn't make it. So it's just me and Forbes. Right? Be a super connector. You get what I'm saying? Be a super connector. And you can do it online, guys. Do it online. It will come back to you. Help people. Do you know so-and-so? Connect them. Big secret. Then I met up with Forbes. We had breakfast. We hit it off. I was telling her what I was getting her advice. Oh, I forgot to mention. When I saw her the second time, another time, it was at dinner. Hey, Forbes, I've created this video. It was the Times Square video. And I said, can I get some feedback? You're a master at production and pitching and everything. It's like, do you mind? Look, and I showed her just a few seconds, like 30 seconds of it. And she saw the whole thing and she gave me some incredible feedback. She said, don't include the word Asian. Don't be too self-deprecating, right? So number crunching Asian dude like me can do it, then so can you. I thought I would do it because, Asian, not my first language. She said, don't put that in there. Edit it out. So I edited it out. And then gave me the confidence of saying, not just because I'm Asian, I can, so can you. You can do it. There's no excuse, right? But number crunching was enough, right? So she gave me some tips. And then so by getting advice, it really showed some, being humble, right? Be humble. And then when we had a chat with her, I was sharing about what I was doing. She was blown away with all the online stuff that I was doing and the viral videos that we created. And I was coaching her. She was coaching me. And then she said, look, I had my business partner who had a video, the same guy who shot the times ago. And she said, come up to our room. She did say come up to our room. And we shot an interview. So I interviewed her. That's another secret. Create podcasts, interview people to build relationships, yeah? So I interviewed her. And then, hey, Forbes, I'm launching that coaching program, and it'd be great if you could just say a few words. I've given first, yeah? I've helped her with her messaging, and now she's like, leave it to me. I didn't prompt her on anything, and she pulled that off. It was incredible. That one generated me countless, close to $1 million in revenue, just from that one video funnel, right? Incredible. So guys, you need to master video. Is that cool? I mean, look, just after 4 days, she gave me that testimonial, right? We were on the same wavelength, and, that's the power of being on a mission. So I flipped the funnel. I didn't talk about webinar. I wasn't teaching anything, really. It was about other people. People don't care when you go to Amazon, what's the first thing you look at, or the second thing after you see the price and description of the product? You go to the reviews section. Has it got at least 4.5 stars, and at least 200-300 reviews? Otherwise, I'm not buying anything from Amazon. Make sense? So in social media, social proof is king. So critical. You need to flood people with it. Nothing like a story. Right, Natalia? This power of storytelling. And then we got people onto book a call and so on. But the new model, you can Google and see what all the gurus are doing. You can just re-engineer what gurus are doing. Go to Facebook ads library, type in your favorite guru, whoever it may be. I'm just using Dan as an example. I don't know him. I occasionally watch his videos. He's pretty impressive, obviously. 8-figure guy. And you could try to re-engineer them, but I tell you what, you don't have their social proof. There's no way you can do what they do. All right? There's a process, guys, to go from where you are now to where they are. And the key to getting there is what I call the 7-hour rule. Daniel Priestley. This is probably one of the most important things you will learn today. Right? Is the 7-hour rule, which is, who's heard of it? Type in yes if you've heard of the 7-hour rule. Yes, well, of course, Natalia, you know about this. Anyone else? Yes, there's Stephanus. Of course you know about this. Okay, good. So not too many people. I know there's only a small sample of people here. He's wrote a whole book, partly related to it, but big decisions take about 7 hours. Now, you can watch hundreds of YouTube 10-minute videos, and a year or two later, you might buy something from someone. But how do you get people to consume 7 hours of your content before investing a lot of time? And now, that one video, 90 seconds, got people to watch another 2-3 minute testimonial reel. Or was that 5 minutes? There's a whole bunch of testimonials. Got people to book a call. Got people to go through my training. I gave Success Resources free access to my online course. So do you need an online course? Yes or yes? Ideally, yes. Their team spent hours checking me out. And then we got on a meeting, and then, hey, speak at Gary Vee's event. If I didn't have a combination of material, I wouldn't be able to generate the hundreds of thousands of dollars from that one single client. Now, how do you get people to consume 7 hours when you don't have you don't have a YouTube channel? Then you need to create an environment to expose people, ideally to about 7 to 10 hours of content before they're going to spend thousands with you. Yes or yes? You guys get that? And how do you do that? It's virtual events. Virtual events, guys. You're going to create the infomercial little trailer to invite people to a free, ideally free, or a low cost, a few dollars, irresistible virtual boot camp. Here's a little secret. Don't go jumping to a 2-day event so quickly. You're not Tony Robbins. And even then, Tony had what we did with Tony was 7-day comeback challenge. There was a 7-day comeback challenge. And each day was about an hour and a half, but he gave 2-3 hours of content. You're not Tony Robbins. It's very hard to keep someone's attention for 2 hours. Like 95% of you guys have stayed on so far, which is amazing. It's very hard to keep people's attention for 2 hours, 7 days in a row. Yes or yes? Especially when it's free. You've got too many distractions. So don't do that. Do a short 20 to 30 minute challenge every day for maybe 5 days. That's all you need. But get them to take action. Right? We did a 7-day challenge recently. Clients were paying us 10,000 plus at the end of the 7-day challenge. And it wasn't fully optimized. Right? But we're not, what we are going to be doing is a much shorter challenges or boot camps. And that's what we recommend because we got decent social proof. Hey, Tony Robbins is our client. We're not a guru, but the gurus are our clients. So we can help you, right? So the virtual event model needs to be done the right way. Offer a boot camp, 3, 5, 7 days, but make it really short so people can take 20 minutes out of their busy lives and give them a transformational experience in just a few days. What can you do to get them results in a week? What type of results? So they go, wow, I like you. Get to know you a little bit. I trust you a little bit. Enough to then pitch not $1,000 product like everyone else does, but then to pitch a short 2-day event, maybe 5 or 6 hours a day. And you could say something. Here's a huge tip. You can say, look, you could buy my 997 course. A lot of people charge $1,000, right? It's like 20 hours of content, everything I know about, or almost everything I know about XYZ. Now, you go, I don't have a 20-hour course. And this is what you say. It's not finished yet. It's true. All of you have unfinished 20-hour courses, yeah? That you could sell for $97. This is what you could say on the bootcamp. There's a course that I've recorded, finishing at the moment. You can buy that for $997. But how about this? You can spend instead 2 days with me live to go through this content live. How would you like to do that instead for just $97? How irresistible is that? How many people will take that offer? Money back guaranteed. People, right? A lot of people spend we have a course, $997. Let me show you. And we charge $6,000 for this. It was the curriculum for our $6,000 group coaching program we had. It was about $1,000 a month, $6,000 for 6 months. And we recorded everything. Call curriculum is like 23 hours, $997. 4 payments. So you can tell people, I'm not here to sell you this, okay, guys? Not at all. I'm just giving you an example. We have one, and that's what we gave free access to Success Resources before they hired us to speak and blah, 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 blah. Right? So the point is, even if you don't have a website, you can verbally say, hey, don't pay me $1,000 like all these people pitching you all these $1,000 programs. How about give me a chance to spend 2 days with you? You've already spent 5 days, but spend an intense 2 days with me. I'll give you some amazing, I'm going to show you, go through the 5 steps in a lot more detail for just $97. All right, it's from 11 to 5, 2 days in a row. I'm going to make a real impact. I believe I can. If you got some value out of just these 5 days, imagine spending 2 days for $97. And at that point, guys, at the end of the 2-day course is when you sell your multiple $1,000 coaching problem, because information is useless without implementation. Repeat after me. Information is useless without implementation. And they need a coach and a mentor.
Information is useless without implementation. Okay, I'm repeating.
At least you repeat it, right? So this is why, and who's your ideal client? It's that top 5% who can afford the thousands of dollars. You don't have to help everyone initially, like we all want to do. Don't do the YouTube route just yet. Focus on those who can easily and effortlessly afford your high ticket. Focus on those clients. First, don't just focus on rich people, I'm saying, but those who are nice people, mission driven, in that top 5% of income earners or wealth, so they can ease more. Those people are used to spending 5 to 10 times more on dinners, 5 to 10 times more on Gucci bags, or 50 times more on Gucci bags. You know what I'm saying? They're used to paying more, and they're used to high ticket brands. Yeah. Does your website reflect that? Does your branding reflect high ticket, or do you have a basic website and just a selfie video like everyone else says? All you need is just a cell phone video. All right, I'm trying to get across, we deliberately changed our tact a little bit with our messaging. So look at our website, core website, Star Producer Academy. Mission-driven experts, speakers, and coaches want to go viral and build a 6 or 7 figure personal brand. Eliminate boring, because a lot of you guys aren't boring, but unfortunately, when we're presenting, they could be better, right? Even Joe was saying, I can help you a lot with your videos. They're jittery. We're not using Webinar Jam. We're not using fancy software. I want to demonstrate to you guys that just using Zoom, 300 million people use Zoom. It used to be 10 million people 6 months ago or a year ago. I want to show you that just using a simple microphone, simple Zoom technology, not the best technology for video streaming by any means. Hey, Joe, share some tips on how to get perfect streaming, yeah? Besides using other things like Webinar Jam or whatever. There's other tips, absolutely, you can do better. How and scale with high impact videos and virtual events. Share your message with millions. These are like our catchphrases, right? So with low tech, high impact. If we notice in our landing page for the 7-figure personal brand masterclass that you guys opted in, right? Scale with impact with low tech, high impact videos and virtual events. We just bought highimpactvirtualevents.com, right? We're building on what we've been doing the last few years, which events, virtual events, live events, right? So this is the best way for you guys to build your brand, right? But it has to be done through the right sort of funnel. Don't go fancy and start creating tons and tons of, low ticket stuff. You need a combination of free and low and high ticket. Make sense? But in a way that is simple. Don't go and create your 20-hour course that will take you 3 to 6 months to do because you're trying to figure out all the fancy PowerPoints and all that. Forget about all that. Just need a flip chart. It's a lean machine. This is the lean startup. Anyone who's done an MBA knows what I'm talking about. Prototyping. All right, this is your beta. Just use a flip chart. Use simple technology. Don't get flustered on what video should I get, Kian? What sort of audio? Has to be perfect. No, you do want to create a one cool trailer, right? Obviously, you outsource all that, guys. But just use simple technology to get started. Because you will take months worrying about, do I look good enough? Do I sound good enough? I'm going to get decent sound and get, at least a HD webcam. I'm using my laptop, of all things. The sun is coming through now. I'm standing up, as you can tell. I'm in front of the window. Natural light is always the best if you can get it. So before you start getting into all the fancy stuff, get started before you want to go viral. Make sense? So there's a whole video matrix strategy I won't get into because you need short videos, medium length videos, long videos. You need webinars. You need to be interviewed, interview people, gratitude videos, social proof videos, VSL, lifestyle videos, you name it. That's all part of what we call the KLT video matrix. That's the long game. In the meantime, you just get one good trailer. It can be a cell phone video initially. Get started with that. And then you can add a little bit more production and music and all that. And get people to your boot camp. Do Facebook Live with Zoom. Yeah? And then get them into a 2-day event. And demonstrate your expertise. And story in your why. And then, which ends, we're going to wrap up here. Which is really the final secret. Strategic storytelling is the key. This is the last slide. Because we know facts tell, stories sell. It's about moving people from the physiology, the state, the breathing, the blood flow, everything, the chi, the emotional, feeling, thinking, taking action, then getting results. Right? So, this is the hero's journey that we talked about, the whole Star Wars framework of storytelling. Steven Spielberg's of the like have been using this method, right? And but before we get into sharing a bit about, our inner circle. All right, well, I'm not going to pitch you, as I promised, on anything. If you want to reach out to us, you can do that. It's nothing for sale. Natalia, share some tips on storytelling. Share about the story that got me to reach out to you. After years of just, not being in touch.
Yeah. Are you still sharing your screen? You're going to be sharing your screen? Or we want to see our faces.
Yes.
Okay, so
boom. Back to Natalia.
Yeah, so there's something I always like to share, that there are 3 things for a story to matter, to be relevant. You have to be okay telling it. Your audience needs to be open for it, and the message needs to be very clear. So what got me to be here was just one story that had to do nothing with my business. It was just that my audience was open for it, and they needed a story to illustrate a topic. Okay, I was in UPW Virtual in July. I think that many of you were there as well. Come on, type it in the chat. Who was there in the first ever UPW Virtual? Oh, my floor is walking. So I was there. It was an incredible experience. The energy was high, but on the last day, the energy, boom, dropped. There was an incredible speaker with a different style than the rest. It was Dr. Tennant bringing incredible information about health. But people were not getting them, were, you know, not very nice. Who was there on the first UPW virtual event and knows what I'm talking about? Because it was a big thing. And he was talking about root canal, avoid root canal, and people went crazy. Yes. Okay, so people went crazy, and I thought, what's going on? He's sharing incredible information. And I realized that he was not sharing a story for people to anchor this message. And I thought, I got a story, because he was talking about root canal, right? And I lost my teeth and got them back and managed to avoid root canal, you know, because it's like your teeth are connected to your organs, and that allows you for vitality. And the day was about health and vitality, and they were talking about the power of absolute certainty. So I thought, I got the right story. I need to turn this phone off. Okay, sorry, someone was just calling me now. This is live. Okay, so the event ended at 4 a.m. in the morning in the UK. And so I went to sleep, and the next morning on afternoon, when I woke up, I grabbed my phone and recorded this story that I had. I think I practiced it once before so that my message was clear, because we were talking before about absolute certainty, right? So I wanted to focus on that, on the power of absolute certainty, but I wanted to illustrate why you could avoid root canal with the power of absolute certainty. So I recorded that story, shared it on the UPW virtual Facebook group, the private group, and immediately, boom, like dozens of comments, dozens of people reaching out to me. I mean, like suddenly I was an expert at dentistry, but no, like people were touched because of the message, and I got the know, like, and trust of people. I was not talking about my business, but it was just my experience that expressed my power of certainty, my faith, my values. So I attracted the people that were in line with those values, and these people were open because they wanted to understand what was this about the root canal. So then I reposted that story on my profile, and that's when Kian reached out to me.
I know. Let me just share that little video. Let me share the video because it's amazing.
Okay.
I found it. I found the video. I was just trying to look for it. Here's the video. 1 second. I'm going to play it, just the first 10 seconds. You can see why it grabbed my attention. Okay, have a look at this.
End of a stressful year for me. I was sleeping, bang, I heard a noise, woke up, stood up, and boom, I fell on the ground head first in a complete blackout. I regained consciousness, biting.
I'll never forget this, how descriptive you were. Right? Storytelling needs to be descriptive, guys. And look at that, right? Visual.
The floor. Awareness of my surroundings, peeled off my teeth from the ground. There was blood. I looked in the mirror, a grotesque image. My teeth had shifted inwards. It was
insane. I'm going to share the video. Right, I'm going to share this link so you can watch it. And you know what? My client was a dentist, as I said, didn't I? You know, it was just one of those things, you know. And I was like, whoa, what's this all about? And then it caught my attention. I knew Natalia had been joined UPW. I saw a post. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I reached out to her. We reconnected, and before you know it, she was presenting at the Tony Robbins preview session, and we reconnected, and here we are working together on these different projects. So that's the power of creating a powerful story to sometimes reactivate past relationships, guys. It's 5 to 10 times more difficult to get a new client as it is to get build relationships or resell to old clients, so to speak. Same concept. One of the best ways to get your revenue back up again is to resell to existing clients. Share something on video, powerful like this. It doesn't have to be about business. It can be philosophical. It can be very interesting and graphic, like, dramatic. That's the whole thing. That's everything we were telling you about. Okay, so that's the power of storytelling. All right, so Natalia, thank you for sharing that. Go check out that video because it's pretty powerful. Because it was very relevant for me because I was working with a dental client. So on that note, we want to share some goodies for you guys. We've wrapped up. We've done 2 hours as promised, and let me just share the gifts so you guys can get a little bit more.
Share the freebies.
Freebies, where are you, freebies? Let me find it. Who's ready for some freebies? Okay, I found it. So here is the gift. Dun dun dun. Oh, you can't really see it very well. It's down the bottom. Tiny URL. Screenshot this if you need to. Stephanus, can you type this clickable link inside the chat box, please? tinyurl.com/high impact scripts. If you can type that in the chat box, please. What is this? So you can all take with you. There's no opt-in required. Let's see. Where is the chat box? Here it is. So, look, here's the link. Steph, you got it? High Impact Scripts /High Impact Scripts.
Yeah, the link, please.
Please, Stephanus, share the link. Has he got it? Let's see. Oh, here it is. I'll see what. Oh, there we go. So when you click on it, I'll click on it so you can see what will happen. So you're not. It's a manual, an internal manual that we update constantly. You can see it's all, we've got dozens of case studies. My video, the high impact, Times Square video is case study number is 19, right? The infamous When you click on it, it takes you to our case study. You can see I've broken up my transcript into GREAT, word for word. Right? And we've done it for others. We've broken down other videos that have been very successful, even ones with a music video in there. Harmon Brothers, they're amazing. So, and we go through the GREAT in a lot of depth. So you can see here, action, what type of call to action, what type of social proof examples, what type of, how do you establish credibility, excite, entertain, etc., etc. So very in-depth, download it. It's inside Dropbox. You don't need to sign up for Dropbox, but you can download it. And it's there for you guys. So you can take this, and that's it. Thank you very much. Goodbye. No, it's not just as simple as that, right? Take action, guys. I really hope you will, thank you, Jove. Love to share this. And let's connect. It's been, as I said, some of you guys I've chatted with a long time ago. Some of you guys are friends of Natalia. This is a small group. We only sent out a few emails. We're going to be, obviously, doing a lot of paid ads down the track to get people to what? We're actually testing out a funnel, full transparency, where we don't sell anything. We're not going to pitch. There's 2 models, right? You can do the challenge model, which we did. We have a challenge. Here it is. I'll show you the Go Viral Challenge model. So you can send people to traffic to something like this. Join the 5-day, 7-day Go Viral Challenge. You can create a fancy trailer. We do what we teach. Right? High impact videos. Are you an expert speaker or coach who's ready to scale your business with awesome videos? Chances are you're here because you're a mission-driven entrepreneur and you want to share your message with the world. However, you've probably been struggling with creating videos that just look and sound amateur. A little bit of fun and humor there. But, you know, we were literally running these challenges, the first one recently. And so there's two types of lead gen that we kind of recommend. If you're good at webinars, do them, right? They're effective ways in 2 hours to get people to reach out, right? If you can demonstrate whatever in 2 hours, do it. You can also run challenges, which we recommend 30 minutes at a time. We were doing 2-3 hour challenges a day. It was too much, right? It was overwhelmed. A lot of people couldn't stay on the whole time. So we're going to be testing the shorter challenges, and then from there, inviting people to 2-day events or to book a call, right? Which gets me to full transparency. Why are we here? Obviously, we would love some testimonials. If you want to give us some feedback, there's a really cool RL feedback. There's a really cool software you're gonna love. Automatically, oh, it's so funny. The cow with the hair. Sorry, it's the wrong URL. Whoops. You can give us feedback, right? This is a video ask technology. It's Stephanus.
So that's it. 7 days full of...
We were getting automated video testimonials using the software. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Videoask.com. Just go there directly. Want to check it out. There's a free plan and everything. Anyway, so that's one thing. But in our presentation, we want to really share with you what you could then offer. This is how you can then offer to prospects, whether at the end of the 5-day boot camp or end of a webinar, you invite people to learn more about what you have to offer, right? If they had a good experience, then clearly you can help them with the next level, next step. So how we differentiate ourselves is say we have a mastermind, and it's an inner circle mastermind, and you get training and support from what we call the dream team, from Ben, his daughters, my son, everyone. They're all going to chip in, all right? We're going to make you laugh and cry. We'll try our best, right?
We're going to be trained by the kids.
Oh, the kids will teach us how to have fun. Seriously.
Yay.
Think about that. Our kids teach us how to have fun and develop our imaginations, that anything is possible. Yeah? Agreed? Yeah. Forget about that. We all have our do kids have limiting beliefs? Not so much. Right? So Natalia is part of our dream team, unstoppable storyteller. Stephanus was a former rock star. I'll prove it to you. There we go. That's him. It's unphotoshopped, except for that little heartthrob fire. That's really him. Used to be a bit of a rock star, but he's a tech whiz. So it's a kind of unique combination, isn't it? We've got a whole team to support you. And we have what we call a legacy program. A lot of guys will say, look, join my 9-week program, 12-week program, etc., etc. But I tell people, we don't have that. We do have a 12-week program, but we offer lifetime support. Every week, twice a week, live support, live Q&A with our team, daily support inside the Facebook group. We're not going to tell you this because this is not for everyone. It's by application, because we want to work with people who are on a mission to make a difference, make more, make a impact, yeah? So there's from learning how to do the KLT video matrix, the webinars, the virtual events, the all techie stuff, from all the marketing, all the systems, everything that the gurus hire us, we'll teach you all that, and the simplified version as well to master virtual events. Short virtual. Look, you're going to be pitched over the next few months from the Peng Junes to you name it, Tony Robbins, to Dean Graziosi, how to run virtual events. But do they provide lifetime support live with us? All right. I mean, this is, Peng Jun is not us. Tony Robbins is not us. They're not Natalia. We're us. You can't access Tony Robbins unless you want to pay him $1 million. Okay. He's expensive. That's our competitive advantage. If you're not a guru, that's your competitive advantage. You can offer better support directly to your clients. Yes or yes. Because the gurus are so hard to get access to. I know. We help them come up with their pricing models, right? Master virality and virtual events gradually, right? We know when you finish some course online, you find, does it work for me? Have I really implemented it? I don't know. It's the same recipe that this guy had and doesn't come out kind of the same way. Right? It's because we implement differently. Huh? We all, same information. You need someone to handhold you, guide you. You need the dream team, as we say, right? To get through, understand all these different elements of personal branding. And if you want to do organic, you can start off with organic. You don't have to do paid ads. We'll teach you the $1 a day strategy. Who wants to learn how to build their personal brand on $1 a day on Facebook ads? All right, YouTube ads.
Sounds good.
Crushing it because people are searching for certain things, and in the first 30 seconds, you don't even get charged. Look, we're launching effectively in February. So we're in pre-launch. Some exciting, incredible bonuses thrown in. I won't go into the whole detail. The point is, if you're interested, reach out to us. All right, we're gonna, you can get mentored by Ben over a live 3-month masterclass ending in February. We've already got some modules up already, etc., etc. There's this whole bunch of things. Don't pay 6 figures plus hiring us. Those are the 9-figure clients that we have. Yeah, I made a decision. I said to my team, we got to pivot out of not just doing virtual events. Our live events are gone for a while, but we're still doing virtual events. This is the dentist site that generated $250,000 on a weekend in total revenues, and it's a virtual event. It was a 2-day event in March. We pivoted to live stream, and we were selling high ticket to dentists. All right, so testimonial videos, straightteethnaturally.com. Go check out the funnel. All right, if we can do it for dentists, model our funnels. All right, 2-day event. All right, 2-day events are very powerful. We were selling people $6,000 packages, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's doable even if you're a dentist. How about that? That kind of rhymes. Even dentists can do this, right? Then what's your excuse? So customized strategy. If you want a scalable business model, systems, we're going to give you all our systems, all the funnels and templates and emails, that you need for your virtual events, for your video production, all that good stuff. It's our intellectual property over 15, 20 years as an entrepreneur, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years, learning from Tony Robbins and the likes, yeah? And then eventually being hired by his team. So it's an exclusive community. It's not for everyone, right? You can be a relatively newbie, or you can be over multiple 6 figures, right? Already into it. We're here with one purpose: to help you, scale your impact, scale with impact. Make sense? So what is Scale with Impact? It's just a site where you can go and apply and have a chat with us. For the first 3 people, right? There's not a lot of you guys here. I'll do a one-on-one call with you guys, right? For sure. And then otherwise, either Natalia or Stephanus will get on a call, do a pure strategy session. Won't be pitching you anything, 45 minutes. And only at the end of it, if you're interested, you'll ask about our Inner Circle or other programs, yeah? So we want to give some more value because each of you have individual circumstances, individual challenges. So there's like 10 questions here roughly. Share a bit about your website so we can take a look at it before we get on your call, what your price points are, what do you offer, tell us a bit more about some of your gifts, et cetera, and then book a call, right? It'll say, book a call, Kian. I said first 3 I'll have a chat with, and the others, my team members will having a chat with the Stephanus or Natalia, and let's see whether we can be of any help, right? And worst case, you've got some free strategy to help you craft your story better. I think it starts with that, and get a bit clearer on your niche or your niche, as we say, and go from there. But we say if you really want to make an impact and you want to be part of a community, like-minded people with lifetime support, okay, this is what we're offering. But worst case, brainstorm with us.
Kian, please share the link.
Share the link. Yeah, why not? All right. So there's no harm. Free strategy session. What is it? Scale with impact. Here it is. You can just book a call here. Sign me up, says Carol. Thank you with more information. I'm highly interested. Thank you so much, Carol. If we can be of any help, it will be incredible. Yeah, scale with impact. All right. That's see, we branding wise, everything is impact. That's what we're about. If we looked at, you know, our story, I started off doing non-profit work, guys. You know, I was a .com entrepreneur. Yeah, okay, I get that. And then I spent 10 years as a non-profit volunteer. Wasn't making much money at all, guys. Put it that way. Had to self-fund. All right, there's only so much, you know, I wasn't squillionaire. I had enough money to survive 10 years in New York City without earning anything. So, but at some point, I got married. Come on, give me a break. As Ben says, kids cost money, right? Anyway, so give. And, you know, if we can be of help, that's our blessing. All right. On that note, Natalia, any final words? Any final words, Stephanus?
My words, please click on that link, Scale with Impact, and the other link above to get the freebie, you know, because sometimes you forget and you'll miss the chat. And have fun. And yes, get into that conversation with Kian because it will give you so much clarity. And if it is fit for you, then you do it. If it's not, it's not. And you learned a lot from today, didn't you?
Freebie link was lost. So let's give, where's the freebie?
Okay, I'm getting it. You can, I'll share it. I'll share it. You say the final words.
Stephanus. Stephanus is the quiet giant. He's literally 6'5". I'm 5'6" on a good day. And
yeah. Well, a video and funnels and building your brand is like what you have to do now, right? To get your message out. And if you want to have impact on people, you have to do something. Yeah.
Take action.
Take action. Yeah.
Gotta do something, guys.
Action. Yeah.
Imperfect action, right? Imperfect action. And, you know, if it wasn't for Stephanus, we wouldn't have our websites and our funnels. So, you know, he's the quiet tech whiz, wannabe rock star that one day will be a rock star in this world of transformation. But in the meantime, he's our CTO and very blessed to have him as our team. And we've got a creative director. Really, she's just amazing. Feb, she's behind the scenes doing all our videos, head of that department. And so, you know, have an amazing team, guys. Attract talent, people on the same mission, and impact the world. You know, that's what it's about. On that note, God bless. Thank you, guys. Amazing. Thank you. I hope to have a chat with you guys. If not, Merry Christmas and only the panel.
Happy New Year.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Take care. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you all for coming. Bye.
All right, let's go viral. Go viral. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Drew.
Bye.
Bye, Ramon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Larissa. Bye, Joe. Thanks for the feedback, Joe. Yeah, I'd love to get some feedback from you. You're a master media entrepreneur. Thank you. All right. All feedback is good. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.